Business for over 17 years. And if you really want to see what they're all about, visit their showroom, 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. That's not what you're buying. That's just to show you what's possible with their catalog of products and great design ideas. Orlando's only top-to-bottom complete rebath remodeling company, and they do it right the first time. So take a minute, go to the website, check out the before and afters, and then book your appointment for your brand new bathroom at rebath.com.
iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida.
Of course, fun in the sun is one of the first things you think about when living in Florida. There is a price to living in paradise, though, and it's called the Atlantic hurricane season. But don't worry, because new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen can help protect your home. And here to help me tell you why they make such a difference is Chelsea from Renewal by Andersen.
Thanks, Deborah. Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed impact windows and doors are engineered to withstand high-velocity impacts, meaning these windows and doors provide enhanced protection against flying debris during storms, keeping your home safe and secure.
Just like the weather, I'm sure Renewal by Andersen has a hot deal to help you get started. Chelsea, what are you offering in June?
Deborah, we are so excited to announce Renewal by Andersen's 30th anniversary sale. Buy one, get one 30% off windows and patio doors.
Plus, as always, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
To everyone who believes a good meal can always be made even better, come try our new chicken sandwiches at Culver's.
We've taken our classic chicken sandwich and brought it to the next level. I'm talking bigger, juicier chicken with crispier, crunchier breading. And it's all served on a buttery brioche bun and topped with crisp dill pickles, creamy mayo, and fresh lettuce and tomato. Even better, you can make any sandwich your own with a few extra toppings. Throw on some real Wisconsin cheddar cheese, add thick-cut bacon, or both. We'll make it fresh just for you, just the way you like it. Whether you go for crispy, spicy crispy, or grilled chicken, you're sure to enjoy your first bite and every bite after that. So are you ready to try our tasty take on a tried and true classic? We've got a table waiting with your name on it. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The news News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Caitlyn.
It is Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from the Karen Reed verdict watch to the United States might bomb Iran at any minute, and new video drops of the Austin Metcalf stabbing incident. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Caitlyn.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday? Good. Yeah.
How are you?
Here we are. Good. Hanging in there. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
A ton of stuff to get into today. Were you surrounded by tears when they canceled Bonnaroo? I saw videos going viral of people crying everywhere.
Actually,
at Bonnaroo.
so many tears that it created an actual river.
And that's what caused the whole thing to get shut down?
Absolutely. It was a very interesting experience.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as interesting as me preparing the house to get tented. The last 24 hours.
What happened? You had to get rid of all the animals and the pet stuff and all that, right?
No, they're going to stay in there. They're fine. I just put them in a little bubble.
Poor Carl's just sitting there getting gassed right now.
No,
it would be a quick death for little Carl.
Carl gets one puff of that stuff.
I mean, honestly, I am excited for the quick death of the termites. But
all
the animals and girlfriend are in an Airbnb nearby.
Oh, nice.
Mind you, the second Airbnb we had to get because the first one.
Okay, you're stacking problems here.
Tell me about it, dude. But it was a good time, a great experience, and Courtroom was just that.
Courtroom, because you only got through 1/4 of it?
Yeah, no, I only saw Thursday night, and that was it.
God, honestly, before we get into things here, it seems like the most rain-susceptible live concert out there. It's like there's been a bunch of years when that place really floods, and they have to cancel it because all of a sudden it's like waist deep and worse than Woodstock or something. So,
I mean, they got a brand new stage this year. It was, or I saw Rebecca Black on Thursday night.
Oh, no, that's all you got to see.
And I go, this stage is so awesome. Would I have traded it for proper drainage in Centeroo? Absolutely.
Yeah, might have been nice. Yeah, that might have been a
plenty
nice
of other
upgrade.
stories later on. You guys doing okay? Anything I missed?
All the usual things.
War. Yeah.
Where chaos, catastrophe, getting booted off of YouTube.
What? We got booted?
Yeah. Stacking things,
what did you
man.
do?
Nothing necessarily, but it's back now. It's back and hopefully moving along.
Hump day.
Let's put our ears to the
either
ground.
for something that everybody else showed or a picture of Sean as a kid.
It might have been me in an army uniform with a gun and a grenade as a kid. It could have been that. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers in the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a courtroom in Texas, friends. Yeah. Shouts out to our friends in Texas listening to the show. Judge Raquel West is one of your own. She got upset at a defendant who was headed into her courtroom. And sometimes, every once in a while, the judge will see somebody wearing something a bit inappropriate for the courtroom. Like 3 people got that Operation Ivy reference, but fine.
Okay.
And the judge sees this defendant walk into the courtroom and sees that he's wearing a shirt that is not really appropriate for court. Let's go to the clip.
Good morning, sir. What made you think that was a good shirt to wear to court this morning?
All right, I'm going to stop. It says "World's Best Farter" in giant lettering. Sir, I'm going to stop you right there. What made you think wearing "World's Best Farter"?
Oh, that made my day.
What could go wrong?
Like, did you think maybe the judge has a little bit of blurry eyes and her vision is, maybe she'll think world's best father, don't want to throw this guy behind bars right now.
Sure. I mean, but it could be a worse shirt.
No, world's best farter it's not going to do it for her. That they judge on these things and they're very they kind of just make it up as they go along. So he walks in and she's like, sir.
Good morning, sir. What made you think that was a good shirt to wear to court this morning? That's all you could find? That's all, the only shirt you had in your closet?
Was the world's best farter.
World's best farter. That's great. No, it says, I can read it. I see what it says at the bottom. You're in felony court. You need to dress appropriately to felony court.
What did it say at the bottom? Oh, the father thing?
It says, I mean father. It says world's best farter, scratched out, I mean father. So he's trying to tell, like, actually, this is suggesting I'm a great parent.
Oh,
and
of course. My kid got it for me. I might not see them for the next 20 years, so might as well.
You're in felony court and you wear that shirt. You're definitely not the world's best father.
I like how he's essentially like, actually, Judge, it's a positive shirt.
No, it says, I can read it. I see what it says at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You're in felony court. You need to dress appropriately to felony court, and that's not appropriate. And if you have to call 20 to get that done, then call 20. Let's start this week. Don't wait till the week before court
to get some
they
clothes
are in court. These are just normal common sense things.
Yeah, sir, get it together. These are normal common sense things.
You know,
what did I wear? I didn't wear a fart shirt. No.
If I was the judge, I would absolutely say, case dismissed.
Question?
What is this?
Why was there a daddy in there?
It says Family Guy.
Oh, okay. It threw me off that there was all of the okay, all right.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, that
the
right
daddy
there.
one is weird.
Yeah. That one stands out. It does. It's very strange.
But kind of full circle if you think about it.
In a way, yes. Your best farter right back to us. Here we go today. And we're going to see today on the show a competition for $500. Who is the best farter on the program?
Ooh.
The gauntlet has been dropped, and just brace yourself. It could blast down the microphone at any point in time.
Are we supposed to go butt to mic?
That's your decision. That's a dangerous decision because Lord knows afterwards.
Is that your 500?
Yeah, you got to speak right into that. You know what? Game off, because you guys will actually do this. Game off.
Okay, how dare you?
We're watching for the verdict in the Karen Reed trial. And I got to tell ya, if you're Karen Reed, things are looking pretty good right now.
What was the latest?
The latest
hook, line, and sinker
is the verdict is not in yet from the jurors, but the jurors are asking the same questions in almost the same time period that the jurors asked in the first trial. And they're like, we're confused about the verdict form. They were confused in the first trial about the verdict form. Same thing. We're confused about the verdict form. And if we don't find her guilty on these counts, can we still find her guilty of this thing, which might be like a driving under the influence thing, which is not the charge she's scared of. Trust me. It's the actual murder charges in this case. And as somebody who's looked over this case every which way and seen a lot of the court documents, it is absolutely clear that Karen Reed is on her way to joining O.J. Simpson and Casey Anthony in the damn I got away with it file.
What if it's a mistrial?
If it's a mistrial, I don't know if they'll do it again. Right. Just because this
time's the charm, Sean.
Yeah, this is 2 back-to-back mistrials. If it does become a mistrial, if they don't get her on anything. And the point was, if we find not guilty on 2 charges, the jurors said, but can't agree on a 3rd charge, is it hung on all charges? Right? Celebration is what's going to happen to the courtroom if that occurs.
Stupid.
Shut up. I just looked at the preview screen and saw what was happening and thought I had to go with it. All right. If we find not guilty on 2 charges but can't agree on a 3rd charge, is it hung on all charges? If you're not familiar,
hung on all charges.
If you, I didn't do it for you. No balloons for you. If we find not guilty on 2 charges,
cool effect camera, but me.
You know, yours is too. Yeah, it can happen at any point in time. So if you don't know the story about Karen Reed, this is a woman who was dating a police officer. They were out drinking. They're hard drinkers. They were partying with some friends. They were going to go over to a friend's house after that. They were clearly fighting in the vehicle on the way to this friend's house. He gets out of the car with his drink in hand, goes to go into the friend's house. Something happens To me, it seems like she gets angry and backs into him and then leaves and doesn't even realize because she's blacked out that he's left in the snow where he dies. In her version of this, there's some conspiracy inside the house, and these, good old boys gather together to beat up her boyfriend and kill him and throw him outside to be with the dogs or whatever.
No, the dog died, right?
The dog was put down not too long afterwards because there were suggestions that it looked like her boyfriend was attacked by a dog. There's a lot going on here. But here's what the judge said when these questions were brought back to the judge. Let's listen so we kind of know what the vibe is in the courtroom if we do get a verdict today. And we're going to talk about Iran. We'll talk about the United States. We'll talk about Israel. We'll talk about, as we always do, all of the things.
All right. So as counsel knows,
judges
we received a question from the jurors.
Here's the question.
If we find not guilty on 2 charges but can't agree on one charge, is it a hung jury on all 3 charges or just 1 charge? I got some input from the defense at sidebar, essentially saying if we could just ignore it. We can't ignore it.
What?
That seems brutal.
I'm sorry, we can't do what?
If the judge and the defense and the prosecution get together and they said, we just got 3 questions from the jury, should we ghost them? Should we just leave them on red?
New number, who dis?
Yeah, should we just completely ignore that all of this is happening right now? And then they thought about that and then they didn't do it.
To me, it's a theoretical question, and we don't answer theoretical questions. I tell the jurors that they're not to be concerned with the consequences of their verdict, and that's exactly what they're doing here.
Yeah.
So I would propose just writing simply, this is not a question I can answer on this, and sending it back.
Great. Very helpful to the jurors.
I like that.
They go back and forth about what they should actually do. The question arises from the actual juror form. Let me see. I've got that here. The verdict slip. You guys have both been on juries. You know what a verdict slip is.
Yep.
Here's the one we have in this case. It says, offense 002, manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor. And they have not guilty or guilty. And then they could choose manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor, or manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Which, how are those not the same? Operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor or operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. That seems exactly the same to me.
It says and or. Does that mean they could have both?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like, maybe we don't know if she's under the influence. What does under the influence mean? That's a weird one. If you'd find the defendant guilty of manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle, then you find him guilty of the lesser charge and lesser included offense, involuntary manslaughter. So those are the 2 main charges here, I guess, that they're worried about. And on this form, they're saying, if we find her not guilty on these charges, what does it do for this one? Is it a hung jury on this charge? And the jury is saying, hey, we're pretty close to finding her not guilty, which is crazy to me. But I think that might be the outcome in this trial before we know it. And some people asking questions. I don't know if I agree with this, but let me bring this up. Okay, this is Wendy Murphy Law on X/Twitter. Only reason Karen Reed won't be found guilty of murder is that jurors have a hard time seeing a cute white woman as a murderer, especially when she intentionally poses in public in tight clothes with her lawyer hugging her breasts.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I missed that part.
Is that to imply that the lawyer is hugging her breasts, or the tight clothes are doing that and the pictures are with the lawyer?
I don't have a comma, so I am just going to read as is. It says, especially when she intentionally poses in public in tight clothes with her lawyer hugging her breasts. Make of that what you will. Eroticizing female defendants is a tactic, they say, of Karen Reed. But I got to be honest with you. When I look at Karen Reed and all of the photos of her...
Doesn't scream 10 out of 10 would bang.
No. And I'm not trying to be mean or judgy or anything. I'm not getting sexual. I'm not getting sexy. Honest to God.
I'm getting power. I'm going to start an MLM.
Yeah, she's not wearing sexy clothes. She's wearing power suits. Mm-hmm. She's wearing outfits that don't show anything. Now, does she have a little army of people who maybe like her or think she's pretty or something? I guess. But it seems more to me to be about the evidence in the case and then the framing, which jurors like this framing. Jurors like the framing of, hey, maybe she did this thing, or maybe cops are corrupt. Maybe the good old boy system is a thing. Maybe these kind of things happen and get swept under the rug because of power all the time. Jurors like that stuff. So what do we get today? Maybe we get a verdict in the Karen Read trial. If we do, we will bring that to you as soon as it happens.
And the tweet mentioning stuff hugging her breasts, and when I just go Google image Karen Read
boobs,
most I should add boobs. There's like 1 or 2 pictures that even makes it look like they've been paid attention to, because the rest of them she's just wearing suits.
Now, we did have the officer in the case who was texting people about searching for nudes on her phone. So we do have that piece of the puzzle.
Didn't he call her the C word with a flat ass?
I think he
we'll
possibly
have to go back
did.
To the tape.
You know, even when you put in Karen Read boobs, you don't get anything. That just goes to show you, like, this woman is not wearing anything salacious in the courtroom.
And that means that has to be the episode title.
Or anywhere
that's what
else.
Comes up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing whatever they're talking about. Also, this person, Christina Rex, who is a reporter from WBZ covering the Karen Read trial, says a juror from Karen Read's first trial, who will remain anonymous, says to me in response to my tweet, her tweet was about the jury question. The former juror from the first trial said, yep, that's a great question. Hopefully they get it right this time. So it's the exact same problem that happened in the first version of this case, the same legal dilemma, and she may get off. And by that, I mean win. I mean, she may win or at least get a hung jury. We'll see. We'll bring you the verdict when it comes down the pipeline. But let's pause and let's congratulate. Let's do it. Let's pause and congratulate the Florida Panthers, baby.
Let's go.
Champions.
Congratulations to our Florida Panthers fans. If you're a hockey fan and a Florida Panthers fan, you're in luck today. They won their second straight Stanley Cup final.
Go Panthers.
They beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-1 in Game 6 of the championship series.
That's a pretty,
on Tuesday night.
Pretty healthy whooping, if I'm not correct,
and
right?
They were so mean to the Panther fans. They
were
hosting the games. Yeah.
Take that then. I mean, that's ultimate revenge. Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup again. And I know some of our friends down south big into Panthers. So congratulations on the big W for you. Okay, we have so many things to get into. An email coming in here from Kevin to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com about Karen Read. I'll hit this real quick. He says, Karen Read was seen cuddling up to her lawyer outside a restaurant. Well, she is single, as far as I know.
On account of
the dead. Okay, yeah, this is her and her attorney at some sort of bar. And he's just got his arms kind of wrapped
that's what they
around
meant
her.
by hugging her breasts.
Yeah, he's full cupping the boob.
It's not sexual,
That's her
though.
attorney?
Yeah.
That's so strange.
And they have worked very closely for quite some time now because of these cases. So maybe they've become buddies.
Extremely close. Is that even allowed at this point? Put it on the Mo list.
What, if they can have a relationship?
In mid-trial?
I don't know. I mean, it probably would be frowned upon.
What was he thinking? And the other lawyer there is like, come on, pose for a picture. My tie's still on.
This could have been after they won or after they got the hung jury. Yeah. This says cuddled up outside a restaurant in Boston during jury deliberations. Oh. That's what this says.
Party time.
Yeah, so they're getting the old boob grab in there. This is them in the courtroom together. The old boob grab, as I said. This is the guy making a real intense face.
Pro boner.
I don't know. I'm surprised anybody will let this man grab their boob at all. I'm going to ignore the pro boner joke and just consider that for just a moment in time.
He leaves bruises by accident.
Also, his name is Alan Jackson, and I only got one Alan Jackson in my life.
Forever and ever, amen.
That's the Chattahoochee guy. It's hotter than a hoochie coochie, but not for Alan Jackson, this one, and Karen Read, unless it maybe is. But thank you. Also, Robert emails Karen Reed boobs. Oh, it's the same. He sent it the same photograph. Yeah.
Thank you, Robert. Robert's on it.
There's a secondary arm grabbing it. But, I mean, honestly, it's a hug from behind. It's the old hug from behind. It's not that weird.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily do it, but it's not that weird.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, are we at war with Iran? Question mark. Loving the clip of Trump. They're like, Trump, what's going on with your negotiations? And Trump is like me at 14 on a bad day. And he says, I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate right now. I don't know if I'm feeling
scissors,
it.
I guess.
I'm not feeling it. So we'll see what's happening there. People fired up either way about this. I got a dispatch saying I'm all wrong on this. We'll see. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about this celebrity chef with a shocking death. Really didn't expect that coming. And a lot more on a very busy Wednesday. And that is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a crash getting cleared up on the ramp from I-4 westbound to Florida's Turnpike. The right lane's blocked on US 27 northbound at Davenport Boulevard. There's a crash getting cleared up affecting northbound and southbound lanes of Orlando Avenue at Lake Avenue. And if I-4 is a part of your commute, you could expect your regular slowdowns through that amusement park area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu.
And you can be there
for a weekend full of superstar performances, never-before-seen collaborations, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
Greenway Kia is under new management. With 3 great locations across Central Florida and one of the area's largest selections, we want to see you in a Kia. Upgrade your summer adventure in a brand new 2025 Kia Sportage EX. Lease it for just $149 per month for 24 months with $39.95 due at signing and 0 security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA. Includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 7/15/25.
If you want your windows there.
Go, Mike. Whoa. Whoa. Multiple problems.
Use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-251.
Hang tight.
Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
We're not on feedback. Be right back.
The doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from routine than ever.
Thank you, sir.
Suffering from low T than and lifestyle. This is a serious health. If you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time. If you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription.
Hello? Oh, I fixed it. Do you need to talk to me?
No.
Oh, okay. What's going on? What are you doing?
I want to show you something.
Okay, hang on. I'll see it. What is it?
Look at the serving size for Pam.
Pam? Serving size is a 1/4 second spray? Here. Take a little bit.
No, I don't want it. Isn't
Why
it
not?
funny though that it's time?
Well, I mean, how else would they do a serving size on a spray thing?
I don't know.
Have you ever just taken a spray?
Ew, no, don't do that. Chantal.
Is it bad? It's just olive oil, isn't it?
No, it's like, I don't know. It's 0 calories. It can't be just olive oil.
It says extra virgin olive oil, soy. Oh, it's soy. Forget it. Ain't no soy boy. Get that shit out of here. Bullshit. Okay, 3.5 minutes, everybody. Are we good? Did I fix Skull Mike? Hey! Hey! Hello? What the hell is going on? Hang tight. Cameraman, on duty, please. You with me? Let's go. Thank you. Finally. Christ. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Jesus. The cameraman, halfway through the week, just giving up on all of this. Adventure Seeker, hello. Slim, hello. Tommy, hello. Feral Kitten Mod Queen, hello. Hello, everybody. Everybody join in on the fun today. We got a lot to get into. What do we think is going to be the verdict? Okay, that's the question, chat. If you're following the case, Karen Reed, what is the verdict? Guilty or not guilty? That's it. Guilty or not guilty? Wait, guilty, not guilty, or mistrial? Because that makes sense. Guilty, not guilty, or mistrial? Not guilty? Involuntary manslaughter is what I think. My internet is out. I have to watch on my phone like a peasant. Wow, what a time to be a peasant. What an epic time to be a peasant when you have a supercomputer in your pocket. Not guilty? Excuse me. All right, we're coming back in less than 2 minutes, everybody. We got some new stream graphics. What are you guys thinking about do you guys like the 3-shot? Like when we have all 3 cameras up and then we can all watch whatever the video is together and you can see all of our reactions. You liking these? We got that. We've got more to show you and we're redoing the main stream screens as well. So those will all be out there soon. I think it's going to be a mistrial. I think it's going to be a mistrial. Not guilty 100%. Involuntary manslaughter was a confusion last time. Is she hot? It depends on what your definition of hot is. I don't know. I like it. I like it. Nice. Sean, you guys have the best streaming radio show around. Well, thank you. I don't know how big that category is, but I want to be number one. That's why we invest and we make things better every day around here. And if this goddamn cameraman slacks off one more time, you will watch me kill his little ass during the show today. Let's go.
Out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
OpenAI is a financial abomination, a thing that should not be, an aberration, a symbol of rot at the heart of Silicon Valley. And I'm going to tell you why on my show Better Offline, the rudest show in the tech industry, where we're breaking down why OpenAI, along with other AI companies, are dead set on lying to your boss that they can take your job. I'm also going to be talking with the greatest minds in the industry about all the other ways the rich and powerful are ruining the computer. Listen to Better Offline on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Better Offline and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
Viral in the world every day. It's what we do here. Whatever's going on out there is what we are yapping about and having some fun and making fun of it along the way. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. Saw this, and this was unfortunate news. This TV chef, Anne Burrell, was announced as dying yesterday. Fatality. And I got to tell you, it was one of the ones where I was like, I know that lady's face. I've seen her on TV a lot, and she looks young.
She's been in a lot of the competition shows. She was one of the hosts of Worst Cooks in America, where you like nominate your family member who's terrible at cooking, and they have to learn.
Yeah, she did a bunch of those kind of shows.
She looks like the female Guy Fieri. Like when you Google when you Google Ann Burrell, one of the like questions, like Google questions, are Guy Fieri and Ann Burrell related? And
This is her. For the uninitiated, this is the woman to question, Chef Ann Burrell. You can always watch the show, by the way, YouTube and twitch.tv. Links on top of the News Junkie when we are live. But she was 55 years old, this lady. Yeah. She was only 55. And the story as we have it, and I will reiterate something I say about these stories all the time, and I try never to be hypocritical about it. You do not deserve to know how this woman died. If they don't want to tell you, they don't tell you, and we move on with our lives. If the family feels like telling you, they tell you. But when somebody, especially somebody who is famous and somebody who is just 55 years old, dies, speculation crazy. You know, did she kill herself? Was this a drug overdose? They know that she was found.
I mean, in New York, they release the findings of the coroner, right?
Yeah, they haven't done that yet, obviously, because it's just happened. Yeah, but they probably will do that. The TV personality was found unconscious. They said there was some sort of cardiac event, but that doesn't mean all that much other than her heart was involved, which, yeah. At 7:50 a.m. at her home in Brooklyn, New York, the emergency services arrived at the scene and pronounced her dead, and there's an investigation ongoing. And they said of this TV chef, Ann Burrell, Ann's light radiated far beyond those she knew, touching millions across the world. Though she's no longer with us, her warmth, spirit, and boundless love remain eternal. You never know. You never know. And that's why life is precious. Enjoy every waking moment of it. Make sure you're spending your time doing things that you want to do. And if the thing you're doing you don't want to do, stop doing the thing.
What's also crazy that came out, I think maybe late last week, that we didn't really talk about, but Ananda Lewis from MTV fame dying of breast cancer at 52.
Yeah, and did you see that? Like, I don't know. I hesitate to wade into these waters, but there were some stories suggesting that she had gone to the doctors and ignored their advice.
Yeah, I think the stories were that she was anti-mammograms because of the radiation exposure, which is just minuscule compared to your yearly your yearly recommended or yearly like average radiation exposure with like X-rays and different things. And yeah, there was a couple different things that she, I think, from what I read, kind of dialed back on in her later years because she realized that they were very bad for her and it was the wrong decision. But she did ignore medical advice, avoid certain procedures because of what she thought was going to happen to her body, and it ended up being just an awful situation for her.
If you don't know her from the world of the real world and reality television, she was a VJ.
She was like an on-air personality for MTV, and she did a lot of the interviews and
when they did that,
when they played music videos, she was the one kind of introducing them and stuff.
That's sad, man. But
I mean, it just goes to show you, people, you can make all the decisions in your own life. There's something stunning that happens. Something stunning that happens on your 364th day of being 17 years old. At the stroke of midnight, you turn into an adult. And for the most case, you can make decisions, adult decisions for the rest of your life, even really bad ones. And the idea that so many people make these sort of like health decisions, like, I get it. The cancer stuff is brutal, man. I've sat in a car next to my mom as she told me, like, look, I have cancer again, and I don't want to go through all this stuff. It's too much on my body. I just would rather enjoy the time I have left. Okay. I get it. But when you are young and you are told, number one, that you can do things to spot cancer earlier, like mammograms, you're crazy for not doing it. And when they come and tell you that you've got cancer and you're like, no, alternative medicine is going to be what helps me. Well, Steve Jobs was about the most rich and powerful man that you could imagine. And all the alternative medicine in the world has left him dead. For how long? I don't know. But for a while at this point in time. It's crazy, but people get to make decisions for good and for bad. Anybody complaining today about the signal of the station Sealand, anybody complain? I just asked this.
No calls in.
We had a colossal solar flare. We had one of those suckers out there. So sometimes it does mess with the radio stations that are airing the show, and it makes it so you can't necessarily hear things as good.
I never trust the radio signal in my truck because I think the designers of said truck were going for aesthetic, and I just don't really have like a good antenna. I think the Sirius antenna works good because they wanted to sell those.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whose antenna?
Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
The one that came built in with the
Dare
truck.
you.
I didn't have a choice on that.
This is what allegedly did it. This is the solar flare. It's not super exciting to look at, so you're not
Looks
missing
like a
anything.
Death Star. We have a Death Star?
It looks like a green boob.
It is a way to look at the sun without all the light, and you just see one little flare up on one side of the sun, and this is a colossal solar flare.
Death Star.
And it's Sealand, find out what this means for me. What is an X-class flare? And what are the
you
other
don't know
classes?
What that means.
I've never heard of this before in my life.
Wow.
X-class flare in the sunspot region of the sun. And it's been responsible for multiple M-class eruptions over the past few days, but this must be a thing. X1 to M1?
All right, you want to hear it?
Yeah, what is
An
it?
X-class solar flare is the most intense type of solar flare.
What?
A sudden burst of energy released from the sun's atmosphere, typically originating from regions of intense magnetic activity near sunspots. Crazy. These flares are classified according to their strength, similar to scales for earthquakes. Each letter, A, B, C, M, and X, represents a tenfold increase in energy output compared to the preceding letter.
Oh, damn. All right, hang on. I don't know a lot about this. Let's see what an actual solar flare is. What does this mean? How the universe works. That's the sun. The sun is, obviously a big burning ball.
Loops of magnetic
Drones
energy
are close.
arc out over the sunspots.
Okay. Oh, that's a solar flare?
And unstable.
It's a sun
desperate
penis.
to spew.
Whoa. Okay, very crazy looking. They just pop up, like big old solar dongers that are hanging out off the surface of the sun. That's it. But if you're listening to the radio station today and it's not coming in as good as it should be, you might be able to yell at the solar flare. If you're interested, that's
Blame the sun.
Blame the sun. You can't really do anything about it, but just know that might be the thing that you need to blame. All right, join us on the show today. Send your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also join us with an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And Kevin emails the show about Karen Reed as we await any sort of verdict in that case. And Kevin says, if you look past the fact that the guy is her attorney, and if she is hugging him, hold on, everybody writes these things so bad. If you look past the fact that he is her attorney, and if she be hugging her in that way, Alan Jackson is also married and probably shouldn't be hugging any woman other than his wife.
I mean, his hand is on her boob.
If that's true, yeah, like if you're married, gents who are married, would your wife be irritated by this photo? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like if you're married, your wife would be like, what are you doing? That one would make people mad. People who are married over in chat, let us know. Would this photo right here of Karen Reed and her attorney and the grab in question, would that make you mad? Let us know what you think.
That is a handful of breast.
He's kind of going for it. Just be honest with you. Okay, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll start to get into the latest with Iran. What's happening there? Is the U.S. at war? Are we going to be dropping U.S. bombs? Are U.S. soldiers going to be headed over to the Middle East again? Please, God, no. Man. All of this and so much more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Bold takes, bad jokes, and too much honesty. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Today's going to be much like yesterday. Overall dry, but really hot. Our high today, 95 degrees. It's going to feel like about 105, so of course, take it easy outside. Our rain chance is less than 20%. Hey, by the end of this work week, we're going to jump up to a 60% chance. It'll be likely for afternoon storms, so looking forward to that if you need the rain. Otherwise, the weekend's looking drier, but still hot. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
How many goals will Miami have tonight? Who will lead the league in scoring today? Bet the answer to questions like this on Hard Rock Bet and win big bonus bets. It's the new Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. $250K or more on the line every day. $1 to play, built for even bigger paydays. Download the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app today. Plus, new players bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Yeehaw! R.C. Hill here, your deputy tariff sheriff. I locked in a huge inventory.
Skull Mike. How we doing, Skull Mikers? Little cameraman, if I get up and you don't follow me, you are fired. If I get up and you do not follow me, it's over. You are fired. Go get a tiny little job somewhere else holding a tiny little camera. Huh. That's right. Ain't gonna last a day. We got 2 minutes and we're back from break. When we come back, we'll get geared up. We'll probably talk about some of the Iran stuff in a bit. We might have to push that a little bit back. I want to talk about this woman who went to Kroger and had a meltdown. Wait till you hear this. The video is pretty incredible, so that's coming up in a bit. Be nice to the little cameraman? I would if this fucktwit was doing his job properly. Jesus. Hey, Anthony. Folks who ordered your shirts, they should be coming in the next couple of days. Hi. What do you got there? You got some laundry?
I gotta hang this.
Oh, okay.
And I'm leaving.
See you later. Be safe out there, please.
Thank you.
All right. Love you. Bye. 1 minute, folks. Minicam, tired of watching your swishy butt? You got one job. One job. Your job is to follow me, or I will flick you out of this room. Not afraid to do it. Try me. Like a midget. Speck of a human being. Unbelievable. All right, we're coming back, everybody. Here we go.
June 30th to take advantage. Celebrate your love with 0% financing store-wide for 5 years till 2030. International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com. On approved credit.
Hardworking people need a hardworking candy bar. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is definitely working hard for you. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Eye Candy Energy Drink. Taste the sweet life.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
I don't have all this experience. I'm not a professional broadcaster. Well, you can go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and hit record on your first audio or maybe even video dispatch. I want to see some of you. I want to see some video dispatches today, and we'll rate the quality of your video dispatch based on the cool surroundings that you have while you send it.
Right.
And give us your opinion. All
so
right?
you have a little bit of time to find the coolest place you know and dispatch there.
And just be like, hey, love the show, listen all the time, checking in from here. Send us your video dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Check out this flamingo.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We'll see what we get. We might get some, we might get nothing. Who the hell knows? I only know this. It is going to be Juneteenth coming up in a little bit. And a lot of people still don't know necessarily what Juneteenth is, since Juneteenth was basically a Texas holiday for a very long time. It was a Texas thing that they celebrated Juneteenth because it was related to Texas and historically tied to Texas. But in the midst of all the summer of protest stuff and all these different things happening, there was an effort to make Juneteenth some sort of like national holiday, which was done. And now it's a federal holiday. Everybody gets Juneteenth off. But it's kind of funny because I think a lot of places don't necessarily know what to do for Juneteenth, but they don't want to be seen as like not participating.
Are we saying happy Juneteenth?
Some swings and misses on the Juneteenth front. And Kroger is a grocery store for those of you who are not initiated. Well, everybody knows Kroger, right? I think maybe not in different parts of the country, but
stupid trucks.
I know about Kroger. Yeah, I know about Kroger. I don't quite understand how Kroger doesn't have a grocery store around me, yet I can get their groceries delivered. I don't know. I don't know how it all works, but I know that Kroger is the scene.
Somebody gets in a vehicle.
Yeah, but where are they getting them from? They don't have a grocery store. They don't have a home base, C-Lane.
Well, you know, like ghost kitchens, now they have ghost stores.
I don't
Wait,
like that.
Kroger's not a storefront? I thought there was a Kroger storefront.
There are, but not here where I am.
Oh.
I don't have a Kroger, but they'll deliver Kroger to me. What a world. What a world it is. Okay, so this is Juneteenth at Kroger, the grocery store. And this woman who goes to see what's on display at the grocery store. And let's see if we could find any comments from Kroger about this. I'm sure they've got somebody to blame her, to throw under the bus. But this woman says, I'm done with Kroger's. She doesn't like the stuff they have on display for Juneteenth. Here we go.
This is some who the hell?
Oh, my, so we have, poorly written, free at last, the being.
Yeah, not even just free at last, like a slave cry out.
No, it's like free at last.fm.
It's like free at last, as if it's an email address, okay?
Wow.
That's one of them. Let me see if I can see the other one here. Or maybe, please tell me somebody custom delivered these. I don't even know what some of these are. This looks like people's heads. It looks like a cake with like some sort of Pan-African colors and like people's
those
heads.
Rasta colors.
I think it's like Pan-African colors, and then that's like a silhouette of a black person and a black woman, but you can't really tell.
You're
what's going
getting
on
a lot more out of these cakes than I am.
Maybe it's clear.
That's the most ridiculous.
Made this ugly ass.
June 19th. That one just says FRE free. June 19th.
It's not even even. What's
June
happening?
19th free. Yeah, and you're right. It's not even. These are bad. They should be mad at the Kroger just because of how low quality
this
these
is
are.
One person maybe that was inspired or had to make the cakes 2 days ago and they forgot.
Tanya says that is some kind of janky ass cookie cake. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Made this ugly ass.
Ugly ass.
I wish it was a manager here because y'all decorate everything else around here cute.
She goes to all the other
Everything
cakes.
else around here cute. But for Juneteenth, you want to just throw something on a freaking cookie cake?
She doesn't like
and
it.
Expect someone to buy it? That's no. What this free at last? Like
this just says free
underneath.
Like, you imagine going to your black friend's house and popping down a cookie cake that says free? Happy Juneteenth, free, right? Cookie cake. That's what this is all about. I don't know.
Bizarre.
That seems like a miss for me.
Yeah.
It just says free. What it seemed like? Did Kroger respond in any way? Or
let me see here. It would be a hell of a plot twist because she was asking. I don't even know where the manager is. What if the manager or like the bakery person who made these cakes came out and was just like a nerdy black guy who was just like, "You guys like my cakes?
Everybody's free." I mean,
I'm not saying anything.
All right, they might not want to make a comment about this, but I'll tell you, if I was a very white Kroger employee and they go, "Guess what, Seanster? You're in charge of doing the Juneteenth designs for the display," I'm going to humbly pass on that one. I don't want to be on the ringer for...
These comments are great. Lil Nikki responds, "It's giving here, damn." End quote. All right.
It's very much, "It is your birthday," Dwight Schrute kind of vibes. It just says free on the cookie cake. Fernando says these can't be real. It seems fairly real to me. This lady says she wants to talk to the manager.
Who the finna buy this?
A lot of cursing.
Wait.
That one just said congratulations, which seems like it shouldn't be there at
Be
all.
here bright early in the morning to talk to somebody about this because this is unacceptable.
She says it's unacceptable. What do you think? Kroger's good on Kroger's for playing the game and putting them out there?
Bad on Kroger's.
Kroger's trying to put some things out for Juneteenth. People don't know. For most people, it's a new holiday.
Well, this
what are you
is
supposed to put?
Not a good example.
Let me see. Let's do this. Hang on. Let's go to Google real quick. Sorry, Caitlyn.
Juneteenth cake?
Yeah, let's Google Juneteenth cake.
So there is on the Kroger website like a blog article about Juneteenth. What is Juneteenth? History of Juneteenth. Why is it called Juneteenth? What is the flag? Is it a federal holiday? How is it celebrated? And then at the very bottom, it has Juneteenth recipes. And I'm like, how is this going to be just like a weird token list? Like, fried catfish is the first thing.
All right. Well, yeah.
Jollof rice, shrimp boil, foil packets. That sounds pretty good. Southern style potato salad, red velvet cupcakes, sparkling hibiscus tea.
Okay. All right.
So,
I mean, here's some examples of ones that are supposedly more solid in their execution. This one says Juneteenth Freedom Day with all of the colors. Okay, I guess. This one is spectacular. Juneteenth, peace and love, multi-layered, braided. I don't know. This thing looks impressive to me.
Also, edible?
I think maybe.
Mostly.
The whole thing might be fondant for all I know. But, some of these are much more impressive than what they had at Kroger. But what do you think? An A+ for trying or an F? What do you grade them here?
I don't know. Is that really trying?
They were trying, yes. They did put out something. Here is your offering. Congratulations, have fun.
No, I'm gonna give it an F.
But it didn't land with the lady, and I'm assuming she's black and she is not a fan of what they've put out. Let us know what you think, and if you have seen any decorations or things like this for Juneteenth. Still kind of new for people. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's see what we got here. Kroger, on the Kroger front, somebody says the tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Kroger had fulfillment centers for their delivery service. They have one in Groveland. So I'm guessing it's just like a big warehouse. So they think like, hey, we can have one big warehouse and then we can serve all these
bad cake decorator.
We could serve all of these different locations and we don't have to have like in every neighborhood a Kroger, which could be like the design of the future, maybe. I don't know.
Based on those cakes? I don't know about that. Designing.
Janine in YouTube says, Sean said fondant. That made me laugh. I got it right, didn't I? Isn't that fondant? Like the design stuff you put on the outside of the cake that doesn't necessarily taste great?
Fondant?
Is fondant? Not fondant.
Let's see.
Hang on, I'll figure it out. Let me see. Clicking wrong things. Let's see here.
You want to hear it?
Yeah. You got it?
Fondant.
Fondant. Okay. I made it fancier. Auntie-ons. Fondant.
Kroger.
Fondant.
Taking things and making them more fancy than they necessarily need to be. All right, when we come back, we'll hear from more of you. A lot of people are chiming in on the show today. We love to see that. Trump says, I'm not in the mood to negotiate. Honestly, that will be on the way. Our full deep dive into the Iran stuff might be after the next episode. A woman hooks up with a dude and afterwards claims, this is what was done to me was wrong. I have been lied to. What was done to me is wrong. I thought this was a hookup and I was lied to. What happened? Wait till you hear the details in this story. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Klausman Law
Go, Mike. Go, Mike. What's your grade on the Juneteenth Kroger cake? A through F. What is your grade on the Juneteenth Kroger cake? Great job, little cameraman. Sean, can you start doing live reads for Air France? Air France. David says, don't care, in all caps. Thank you, David. Solid input. It looks like somebody not from the bakery made it. F minus. Not very fondant. You might say it's fondanting. You know what I mean? What is this supposed to mean? Courtney said, I think you are, and sent me this photo. I'm trying to determine what she meant. Courtney said, I think you are, and then she sent me this. I think you are cereal? Cereal bowl? Dora cereal. Dora breakfast. Dora. I think you are, and she sent me this. Trying to decode. I think you are. Oh. I got it. Adorable. What should I say? Oh, figured it out. Gay. Okay. Tiger says boomer moment. Boomer moment on whose part? She's sending the adorable memes. Who's the boomer, me or her? If you're going to call me a dumbass, you better leave all the S's on. Understood? Cuter than those cakes? True. True and based. Did you call her out for being gay? Send Courtney a text that says, I think you are A, then send a pic of a QT gas station. What if I sent her a picture of shit? I think you are the shit. But then you got, then it's on your screen. Then they don't want that on your screen. That's one of those texts where you start rapid texting to fire it up the screen so you don't have to see it anymore. We're going to get to Iran in a moment. What's going on there? Send her a pic of your wiener and tell her she's not wrong. That's weird. It's cute like her Valentine's Day joke she sent to you. I don't remember that. What did she say on Valentine's Day? She didn't do the thing that she always does where she wakes up and she's like, happy this day. And I'm like, Happy Christopher Columbus Day. Like, people wake up and say that to each other? Let's see how much time we got left. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we're back live on the show. Sean, did you see the Tucker Carlson interview clip with Ted Cruz? I've been sent that by a bunch of people. I was going to watch it in the shower earlier. I was going to watch like a longer clip of the interview, but I didn't have time. So I've only seen the one clip. I have it pulled. We'll play it and examine it during the show today. It's an interesting dichotomy between a lot of the people who bolstered Trump and how they think Trump supporters are going to act, and how Trump thinks Trump supporters are going to act. And let me tell you something, my money's on Trump every single time. My money is on Trump every time over all of these like hanger-ons, the Tucker Carlson and all these people who will turn eventually. It seems like Trump supporters follow Trump, not necessarily the people that are talking about him. That's my take. When Trump said he could shoot somebody in broad daylight on the streets of New York, I think with some of his fans, he was right. Sean, you could skip that Tucker retardation. A lot of people talking about it. I think they're talking about it because they want to stoke division for the Republicans. And that's division. It's like a lot of people are like, no to the Iran war. I mean, I'm pretty consistently just against most wars for the United States getting involved in people's affairs that aren't our business. So I don't want, and I tweeted this out yesterday, I don't want American young men dying, young American men dying in the desert again for nothingness, okay? Leave that to somebody else. All right, we're coming back.
Miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Read your words, all the feedback coming in through email or dispatches, which you can send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Sabrina is back from her trip, but still can't go home because her house is tented for the termite blast, and that's got to be frustrating. You finally get back home. You want to go into your bed, and then you gotta. Did they make you like take all of your plates and all your like stuff that you eat off of out of there?
No, they said plates can stay, and
Really?
They said linens and clothes should be good. Everything that touches your face or you consume or your pets, you take that out. Now,
all right.
I'm a psycho, so I will be washing everything once it's done. But yeah, but I would say the little silver lining is that I didn't have to unpack from Bonnaroo because we didn't really go to it, and then I could just put it right in the Airbnb. But still, all of like 24 hours. I went to sleep at 2:30 last night, woke up 6 o'clock this morning to continue to put everything out and into an Airbnb or in the backyard. It was a whole thing. And I just don't, I got tented before, but I don't remember the whole process. And the guys still haven't shown up yet.
Oh, they're not even there to do it yet? That's annoying.
They're supposed to be there at 9.
What happened with your first Airbnb? You said you went to one and then they like booted you or something?
No, they didn't boot me. It's just the moment we walked in, we said there is something off about this.
What was the matter? What was
you know, kind of like when you're on a dating app and someone looks a lot more attractive than when you actually meet them in person.
Perfect segue into the next story, but yes, continue.
Yeah, just remember that. And lots of stairs, very creaky, pretty sure it was haunted. And then the thought that we had to start lugging stuff in and out, plus 3 animals. We had to
hold on.
switch.
You ditched your first Airbnb because it was too creepy?
And it was also just not going to work with the animals the way that it was set up. It was a bungalow. It was part of a giant house instead of being the whole house in which I.
Oh yeah, they get tricky.
For.
I see what you're saying. They get tricky.
Well, you're
with
not
that
supposed
sometimes.
to do whole house Airbnbs in this area.
What are you doing right now?
He's ratting you out.
About?
He's trying to get you to the third Airbnb.
Not ratting me out. I found a great Airbnb.
Yeah, she's the customer. She's not the one that would be in trouble. But yeah,
there's a lot of full house Airbnbs.
They're not supposed to be.
Yeah, I know there are a lot. Yeah, they're really operating under the radar right now.
We're at a new Airbnb and all the pets are in there and it's going to be just fine.
God bless. Best of luck.
Thank you.
How was Nashville?
Great time.
Did you go get the recession special?
I'm sorry?
The fried bologna?
She's not cool enough
at
to know about
Robert's
this.
Western?
We were there for like 27 hours. But no, I did sing karaoke so much that I was like, okay, that's enough. And that says a lot.
Yeah, and you didn't fall into the river, which is one of the key things you should do
That
during
river
a visit.
Nasty.
You shouldn't fall in there like that one kid did. Bad move.
Savannah.
All right, let's talk about that was Nashville. Let's talk about this dating story. And Sabrina said sometimes you meet somebody online, or maybe even you see an Airbnb online, and then what you get delivered is not what you expected.
Right.
You were told something. You were sold a false bill of goods, and this story is absolutely wild. A 50-year-old entrepreneur from Morocco. This person is in Antwerp, Belgium, and met a woman on Tinder. And this person has been accused of rape. Okay? Yeah. And let me tell you why. All right? Because this story is very unique. According to Belgian media, the man presented himself on a dating app as a muscular Italian named Ben, and then arranged a blindfolded sexual encounter with a 47-year-old woman from Brussels.
Blindfolded?
Yes. The woman, after having sex with him, she discovers that he's not actually the ripped Italian man that he claimed to be. He had a pot belly and he was a Moroccan dude.
After being blindfolded.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It says
very new to me. I'm sorry.
The woman consented to wear a blindfold before entering his office and during the sexual act. They were inspired by the film 50 Shades of Grey. But during the lovemaking, she began to have doubts. She removed the blindfold and discovered that her partner did not match his online profile. He was instead a somewhat overweight man of Moroccan origin with a little belly. And then the two shared a drink and parted ways. And so she claims like, hey, this is if I was...
They still shared a drink?
They had a little drink-a-roon. And afterwards, they parted ways, and she was like, Moroccan man with a little belly, we'll see you later. You're not the Italian ripped dude that I thought you were.
And is she trying to press charges? You know, trying to get him this...
Yeah. The guy was acquitted, though. The guy was acquitted of the charges from her. They rejected the arguments, ruling the woman consented to the sex with a blindfolded stranger and agreed with the man's lawyer, Sanda Clerk.
There was a SVU episode exactly like this.
Life imitating art, as it were.
So this would be like, is she claiming this is like some sort of rape by fraud?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what she's claiming. She's claiming she signed on for something and then didn't get that bargain. But I think if they open up the door on this...
Wait. Didn't we have a story about this years ago where a lesbian had gone on a dating app and she was found guilty?
That was a woman who pretended to be a man and engaged in not only sexual intercourse, but in a relationship with another person utilizing fake genitalia. These kind of things happen every once in a while. I'm going to tell you this. The world is not always kind to people. The world is full of people, believe it or not, brace yourself, who might even lie to you. They might even lie to you.
No, don't say.
And if the outcome is to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
They're even more likely to lie to you.
Yes,
a lot of people lie to have sex.
To get to the end goal, they're more likely to do it. But if you agree to make love to a blindfolded person while you're blindfolded, it's going to be like completely, you're not seeing each other, but you're consenting to it. And then you pop off your blindfold and you're like, wait a second, you are not the absolute piece of ass that I thought you were. I'm sorry, I've been lied to here. If you are agreeing to blindfolded sex with another human being, it's going to be a grab bag, baby. You're going to get what you get. That's it.
I feel like right as you start, you would have felt the pot belly, no?
You might, unless they're wearing like one of those suits with a couple of the muscles built in.
That's hot. That's very, temperature-wise, very hot.
You're feeling on that thing, and you're like, whoa, damn. This guy is. And faking an Italian accent is so easy. Bibbidi bobbidi.
Gabagool.
You just say it out a couple of times, and they think that they know who you are. And this woman claims she was wronged. I think a lot of people have been wronged like this, if that's the case. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Lots of those to get to. As a matter of fact, I've been quite bad about these. Let's work at least one in right now. Here's somebody talking about the situation in Iran. We don't know where we're at right now. We don't know if like the U.S. is actually participating in this war in Iran, or if it's like all a negotiation tactic by Trump. Trump said he's not in the mood to negotiate right now. We know they're bombing the hell out of each other. I said flat out, I don't want more young men dying in the desert for a war that doesn't have anything to do with making America a better place. I care about Americans and Americans' futures. I want every American to have the best outcome possible. This don't cut it for me, all right? I'm tired of sending young men off to die in these faraway places where we're trying to just be the world's police. I think a lot of people feel that. I think a lot of people feel similar to that. I don't want to be sending off people to die for this country unless it's absolutely fundamentally necessary. But FJC disagrees. Let's listen in. Hello? Hi?
FJC. FJC.
Hello?
All right.
Listen to you. Don't get.
Hang on.
I think it's.
Listen to you. Don't get involved in Iran rant.
Okay, I'm listening to your don't get involved in Iran rant. He didn't start speaking until 12 seconds in.
You would have been great in World War II. Leave Hitler to the Europeans.
All right. He's talking to the back of his phone. He said, you would have been great in World War II. Leave Hitler
inside of an empty toilet.
To the Europeans, he's saying. Because we've now gone from like A to Z. This was real quick. We went from like, hey, here's Sean's take on should young American men die in this war. And we've now gone to like, well, what a patsy you are, pussy man. You would have been real great in World War II.
For us to get involved. When they destroy Great Britain and enter New York Harbor, then we'll fight them.
We'll fight them when they enter New York Harbor.
Nobody wants war. But what I want less is nukes in a country where men like being martyrs. U.S. bunker buster bombs need to be in Israel to take out Iran's nuke facility.
All right, he says U.S. bombs need to be in Israel, bunker busters to take out Iran's nuclear facility. Bam, drop them, based, right? Okay, thank you. I mean, I appreciate the dispatch, sir. I think it's stupid. I think it's quite easy for you to say when I could tell that you're not old enough to go fight for this country. When I could tell you've aged out and your ass ain't going to be on the line right now.
Definitely not 17 that just left the dispatch.
No, he is. It sounds. I'm just going to take a guess, buddy. I ain't coming at you, FJC, but I'm going to take a guess that you are not of the age that might be called up to serve. I am done with this nonsense of global escapades fighting for uninhabitable lands. I'm sorry. These people live in uninhabitable lands and they bomb each other relentlessly. We are in the United States of America. Let's make money. Let's stack cash and let's have fun. Let's protect the future of all of our residents. And when everybody's taken care of, we can start worrying about helping other people, which is something we like to do.
Make money.
But we also got Israel, who is well funded thanks to you and your taxpayer dollars. And they seem to be doing just fine. If you don't know, Israel has been in simultaneous wars with every single country around them before and came out victorious. The Arabs in modern times aren't fantastic at warfare. Iran already appears to have kind of exhausted themselves and shot off all of their weapons. I was going to say something else, but I'll hit my brakes there. Shot off all of their missiles early, and they seem to have like kind of finished a little too soon, if you will. But I just fundamentally disagree. I don't want to be sending young people over to fight for crap like this, and I would guess a lot of people feel the same way, but maybe you agree with FJC. Let us know. Send us an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or record your dispatch on the website right now. Let's see. Trump said, I'm not in a mood to negotiate, but he's on Air Force One, so you know how it'd be. Let's see if we can hear him here.
Are you open to negotiating with the Iranians right now, or do you want to wait?
I don't know. I've been negotiating. I told them to do the deal. They should have done the deal. The cities have been blown to pieces. We've lost a lot of people. They should have done the deal. I told them, do the deal.
Do the deal.
So I don't know. I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate.
So he said, I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate now. So we hurtle towards question marks. I don't know what the hell we're going to end up doing here. But it is a big story, and whether you like it or not, it's going to be a thing. So let us know how you feel about it. What are your vibes on this? Do you think this is a worthwhile cause? Trump says, nobody knows what I'm going to do, which I love. Trump says, nobody knows what I'm going to do. Nobody knows.
Including myself.
Maybe not even me.
I don't feel like it. I need a nappy and Diet Coke. Thank you.
This is him talking about this at the White House.
Questions about whether you are moving closer, or you believe the U.S. is moving closer to striking Iranian nuclear facilities. Where's your mindset on that?
I can't say that, right? You don't seriously think I'm going to answer that question? Will you strike the Iranian nuclear component? And what time exactly, sir? Sir, would you strike it? Would you please inform us so we can be there and watch? I mean, you don't know that I'm going to even do it.
There's some construction guys in the background.
Can one of you guys answer?
You guys believe this? These people absolutely stupid. It's just
highlighter guy, helmet. Come on, answer.
The construction guy with his hard hat in the background is like, yeah, real dopey here. Let's see what else he said.
You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. I can tell you this: that Iran's got a lot of trouble.
A lot of trouble.
And they want to negotiate. And I said, why didn't you negotiate with me before? All this death and destruction. Why didn't you negotiate? I said to the people, why didn't you negotiate with me 2 weeks ago?
Do it.
You could have done fine. You would have had a country. It's very sad to watch this. I mean, I've never said anything like it.
So he says you would have had a country, and now you're not because blam, blam, blam. You know, dropping the bunker busters on you. That's what's happening next. That's what the threat is, at least. That's what's implied here in a Make America Great Again hat. And
the construction workers involved, how?
They were there for whatever the press conference was about at the time. And this is interesting because there's a lot of divisions on this. People keep sending me the clip of Tucker Carlson talking with Ted Cruz about Iran, and it's going to be the end of Trump. And I will tell you, all of these people who have been Trump shills forever and a day love to, when he finally disagrees with them and goes his own Trump way, they love to call for an end of Trump. And this is it. You're ending, and every single time they're wrong.
And
you got to realize, if you're in that field, if you're in the media field, and you become the gatekeeper for Trump, fine. It's a good grift. You know, grifting on the left and the far right and is a good grift. You'll make some cash and get some clicks. Do your thing. But what I'm going to tell you is you're going to find out in the end that the people you start amassing who listen to you are following him more than you. You're not the person that they're a fan of in a lot of these cases. But we'll see what's going on with that. Let us know how you feel. Send in those dispatches. We'll get, a bunch of people are already commenting on this. So we'll get to that. We'll also get to you and your thoughts on every other issue. And we're watching for a verdict. Who knows what's going to happen in the Karen Reed case?
Let's do our bets. Come on. What do you think?
Now I've changed my bet, obviously.
Oh, wait, we did bet already. $10.
Now I would change my bet. Because I said before, I think the jury's going to get it right this time. I think they're going to find her guilty. I think at least of vehicular manslaughter. I think if I was on the jury, I'd say, yeah, I think beyond reasonable doubt, she was responsible for vehicular manslaughter, but I don't think the jury is feeling that way based on their questions. Their questions were suggesting that maybe that was not the case, and either there's another hung jury or maybe she's found not guilty. But when that happens, we will bring you the verdict on the show. So many things to talk about. We're ready to join you for the mission. So do come along with us and send your dispatches on the website. We got all that and so much more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
No, we don't want a stale-ass trivia question.
It is stale, and I'm going to get rid of it, and that's why I want to blow it right.
Go, Mike Squad. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Folks, they say there is a simple fitness test. This story comes out about once every year or so. That tells whether or not you will die soon. And it's based on whether you can go from this position to a sitting down position and then back up with no assistance. So you just you stand and then you sink down into a sitting position, and then you get back up with no assistance. And that shows that you are not going to be dying soon. Mr. Predicto, am I going to be dying soon? Tell me. Great Predicto.
Yes, it is certain.
That is not great news. Second opinion. Okay. All I gotta do is sit down. Let me see if it says anything else about it. Hang on. It says, this simple fitness test might predict how long you'll live. They studied 4,282 men and women between 46 and 65, old. Clear a level space. Okay, I got a level space. The floor is bare. Remove your shoes and socks. Stand with your feet slightly apart. Then cross one foot in front of the other. Lower yourself until you're seated on the ground. And then try to stand back up. To score your test, start with 10 points. Your partner then subtracts 1 every time you use a hand or anything else for support, okay? So, right now I have 10 points in my Will I Die Soon test. You will score me, all right? All right. Stand, shoes off, one foot in front of the other. Ugh. All right. I don't think I cheated, did I? Now I gotta get up. Okay, I cheated that time. I used a little bit of my arm to get up. But I got up. What's my score out of 10? Honest, be honest. What's my score out of 10? One more time. How do I do this without using my hands? I got it. No. I can't do it. I can't get up all the way without using some sort of leverage. 5, 6? What are you talking about, 5 or 6? I went down smooth as ice. I was down perfectly. Getting up was a tiny hiccup. 4? -6? This is bullshit. That was overall a 9 or an 8. Lean forward and twist. The noises make it better, RIP. Well, I didn't. You do it. One more time. And scoring should be a little more friendly this time. All right. Crossed. Down. Oh, okay, I fell a little bit. I tried to go down too fast. All right, now twist. No, I gotta put a hand down. Fuck you, you can't do that. There's no way you can do that without putting a hand down. No way. RIP out of 10. RIP out of 10. That was at least an 8, if not a 9. I just did it. Swing your legs around and get up from your knees. I tried. 10 says crazy person. Only person that gives me a 10 is crazy person. Two minutes and we're back. Your pants are too tight. That's true. If I had a little more flex, I think. I mean, they're a little stretchier than you think. But if I had a little more flex. Now Sean's out of breath. A little bit. That was a 5? No way. I think it was an 8. I'm pretty confident that was an 8. 7, bottom line. 7, right? Sometimes it's the only way to run away from the police with handcuffs on. Take the pants off. Got to try it nude. Or if you weren't so fat. Come on! Come on, man. All right, we're coming back. Unbelievable. The insolence. Okay, here we go. Get in here. Open a
7272. That's 800-414-7272. 800-414-7272.
OpenAI is a financial abomination, a thing that should not be, an aberration, a symbol of rot at the heart of Silicon Valley. And I'm going to tell you why on my show Better Offline, the rudest show in the tech industry, where we're breaking down why OpenAI, along with other AI companies, are dead set on lying to your boss that they can take your job. I'm also going to be talking with the greatest minds in the industry about all the other ways the rich and powerful are ruining the computer. Listen to Better Offline on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Better Offline and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
You never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. And we thank you for being along with For the Ride. Join in on all the action. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. I swear, when Caitlyn Clark is not in the WNBA, it seems like it's dead. It seems like there's not a lot going on. And then when she gets back into the WNBA, anything that happens is like the biggest story on planet Earth in the sports world. I don't know why. And I've seen the video that they're talking about. I've seen this video, and forgive me, but this one is vertical. And
wow,
it's Caitlyn Clark, I guess. She's on the court. She's back to playing basketball. She looked like she was on fire the other night. She was just dropping threes out of the sky, like me. Be like Mike, right out there
That's
on the
what they
court.
say, yeah,
just doing their thing, and channeling MJ. And she got knocked down by somebody, and then like all the stories today are like, Caitlyn Clark gets into a violent altercation during a WNBA game, video shows. And when I watch it, I go, it looks like they're playing basketball. Are you guys just still not used to women playing sports?
Yeah.
This is a sports game. Are they targeting
if you're
Caitlyn?
not smiling, you're being aggressive and violent.
Yes, they're targeting Caitlyn Clark. Yes, because she's without a doubt the biggest star in the league. She's the best out there and the best that there's been in the WNBA for a while. Their former previous star was somebody who doesn't even appear to be that good at basketball. but got real famous because she was being held by Russians. Britney Griner wasn't the savior that they hoped she was. And Caitlyn Clark seems to be pretty damn good at playing basketball. But every time she gets knocked down, here's the video here. Let's watch this, Elaine, and see if we see anything weird going on, all right? There she is. Okay, she gets whacked. She gets whacked in the face and then bumps up against this player. It's hit right there, grabs her face, and then gets shoved by a... Now,
damn, that was like a Rube Goldberg machine almost. Just boom, boom, boom.
The second player that knocked her down, that's the one where I go, this person didn't need to do this, okay? Not this one right here. She gets hit twice. Right here. That person. This woman right here who pounds her with her chest and knocks her down. She hits the ground, and then her teammates get up, and they get into it back and forth. But I would almost guarantee you, if this was a dude out there on the court, I still say, like, I don't think anybody would be freaking out about this stuff. I really believe that. I think that if these were a bunch of guys playing basketball, nobody would be like, they're bullying her. This is equivalent to being attacked out on the streets or something. It's like, no.
Well, here's the deal.
It's a basketball game. You're just not used to seeing women who are being, like, super competitive about sports.
Yeah, and I mean, or at least televised in this way. It's not even televised. This is from a fan's perspective, is it not? If we see this during an NBA game, I think the big difference is that everyone gets involved. It doesn't seem like all the teams are now running into the court and starting a full brawl.
Yeah.
Just a quick back and forth.
They didn't clear the benches. They did fight a little bit here. Dwayne on YouTube says, Sean, you have no effing idea what you're talking about. Britney Griner was not the face of the WNBA. Let me tell you how dumb you are, okay? I don't care if you're a fan of the WNBA. I don't care if you're a basketball fan or a sports fan. I don't care if you're any of those things. But from the actual world of human beings who watch stuff and pay attention to things happening in the world, there was a good long time before Caitlyn Clark and Angela, whatever her name is, Angela Reese. There was a decent time before those two names were out when the only name most people could say from the WNBA was Britney Griner. Bet. All right?
And what?
Guarantee you.
Right?
Well, no, most people didn't even know who that was. It
I
was
don't know who that is.
The viral story. Lisa Bird's like a coach now or something, or was a coach.
She related to Larry?
I don't know the answer to that question, so I'm not going to attempt. Britney Griner was in a viral story that was in the news almost every single day. People expected, hey, I've never seen her play basketball, but now I know her name. And she became the face, whether you like it or not, of the WNBA. But she sucked in comparison to some of these other people who are actually seemingly quite good at the sport. She wasn't quite as good as them. So, yeah, I mean, she definitely was a big name in the WNBA world, regardless of what you think I know about sports. That's absolutely true. I just see over and over again where it's like people going after her and targeting her. And I think, yeah, they're targeting her because she's awesome. She's the best out there. They're trying to keep her from scoring. They're trying to be a little more aggressive with her, trying to foul her. Not fouler her. That's different. That's totally. Foulering her is totally. Fowler is different than foul. Sean is sexist, says Kevin. Maybe. Yeah, you got me. Nail me on that one. I just look at it and I go, they're playing basketball and they're going after the best person. And I think that there's a lot of occasions where this happens in that world. But you let us know what you think. Send a dispatch or email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see here. Alan says he's talking about the Iranian war. I don't know how much I want to hear about this. If Iran gets nukes, they will nuke the United States of America. They have repeatedly stated that, he says. Do you want nukes raining down on the continental United States? We are not ever sending troops. Have you read one book about war in the Middle East? Do you know how many people,
James
how
and
many
the Giant Peach?
Folks we've sent on that journey into the desert? We will not be sending troops? Bro, come on. Have a brain, please. All we have to do is drop a few Moabs to destroy the nuclear facilities that are so far underground that only our weaponry can destroy it. I have some facts for you, Alan. Number one, no one anywhere has a weapon that is strong enough to go as far down as some of these nuclear facilities actually are. You would just do damage to a spot in the middle of the desert somewhere, and they are so far underground that you're probably not doing a huge amount of damage to the facility that's built into a mountain that they are using. All right? Moabs or not, it ain't going to happen. You have a weird movie-based expectation of how U.S. troops work.
The thing you just described is a little movie-based, too. An underground nuke facility. That's like built into a mountain sounds very Dr. Evil-ish.
It does, but it's for realsies. That's actually something that they have.
Secret underground layer.
It's for real. Yeah. It sounds like that, and it is like that. And this person, these are like the only war hawks left who are like, you want nukes raining down? Yeah, okay. So if Iran gets to the point where they're threatening to hit us with nukes and they're like, we are going to launch one at Miami in an hour, then if the U.S. responded by blasting them off the face of the earth, who cares? The idea that you're looking for is an idea where, like, anybody even starting a nuclear program or building one, we must get involved and we must nuke them. It's dumb, it's dopey, and it's going to lead to dead people. And I don't want those people to die. All right? I don't want them to die. I would rather us not do this. I think 99% of what you hear out of these countries is a bunch of bluster, and they hate Americans, and I hate them. A lot of them, right? I hate all those people who are saying death to America. I'm not rooting for them. I hope Israel blows them off the map, man. I don't want U.S. forces on the ground in the desert again. It's pointless, and it is useless. You can voice your opinion, too, just like Alan. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
3, 2, 1. What's coming up on the next episode? Chuck E. Cheese is putting the E in A. Guess we'll make our own Christmas special. R. Kelly is giving a remix, but not to Ignition. This time, his mind and body are accusing prison staff of trying to R-Kell him. Plus, do you want to become Ozzy Osbourne? You just have to gargle him. I'll explain all that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast, and it is gonna be hot today. Our high temperature 95 degrees. It'll feel like 105 when you factor in the humidity. And sadly, there's not much of a rain chance today to cool us off. A less than 20% chance. Your highest chance will be west toward the I-75 corridor. Hey, late this week, we're going to see our rain chances really ramping up, becoming likely by the first day of summer, which falls on Friday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Sam's Club. Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
What is the cost of doing nothing? I don't know about you, but these months are the highest power bills of the year, and it's making me think about the years I spent without Solar Source. I'm so glad I finally have Solar Source. I started with the pool heated solar, and I love it. Thrilled that Solar Source now has a pay-as-you-go system.
Let's go, Mike. Mod question incoming. All right. Finally getting some exercise in the studio here. Mod question incoming. Mods on YouTube. Can you not create polls? Are you guys not able to do that? The problem is, I think I would have to make mods who want to create polls super moderators. We have one. And to do that, I start typing in your name, and then it shows me all the people with that name. And then I don't know if it's you or if it's a different one. I don't know. Help me help you. But I'm okay with adding some more mods that can add polls on YouTube.
Why are you yelling, Sean? I mean, it's a microphone in a room. I'm speaking loudly so that you can hear me. Don't make me scream into it again. Give me mod status, Sean. Instant YouTube chat poll. Should we mod MFQ? Yes or no? MFQ a mod? Yes or no? Make MFQ a mod? Yes or no? Yes or no in chat? Two and a half minutes and we're back with the next episode. Can the mods dance on poles? Lee Road says all mod. I'll do it. You guys are just saying yes that you want to do it. Many yeses, MFQ. I will consult with Mr. Predicto. Mr. Predicto, should we make MFQ a mod on YouTube?
There is no doubt
that that's a bad idea. That's what he said. There's no doubt that that's a bad idea. Not gonna do it. Wrong, Sean. Aja Wilson is the MJ of the WNBA. Then you got Nafizia Collier, Brianna Stewart, Alyssa Thomas, and Jackie Young, all better than Caitlyn Clark and Reese. Wrong! Wrong! One minute. Make Zoltar a mod. Not a bad idea, actually. Not a bad idea. All right, we're coming back, everybody. Here we go.
As $45 a month. Wedding bands as low as $40 a month. Fine jewelry has never been more affordable. How about a $7,000 diamond bracelet? Just $116 a month. All fashion designer jewelry is included. All colored gemstones. All certified diamonds, too. This is a spectacular offer exclusively from International Diamond Center. But hurry, you only have until June 30th to take advantage. Celebrate your love with 0% financing store-wide for 5 years till 2030. International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Thank you for being with us today. It's much appreciated. Join the show with your video or audio dispatches. None on the video side coming in so we can judge your beautiful backgrounds in your video. Nothing. Nothing yet. Hopefully, though, before the end of the show, we'll see a couple of you and see your faces with video dispatches. Let's see what you got for us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours now. Going deeper on what's happening in Iran, waiting and watching for the Karen Reed verdict. Whenever that comes across, we'll let you know. And a lot more on a busy Wednesday here right now. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
It's hotter than a hoochie coochie.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. How are you guys?
Good.
I was expecting the crazy lights.
It was the wrong button.
Oops. Want to try it right now?
He's slacking off today.
Complete silence.
I'm not slacking off today.
Slacking off.
Oh, my gosh.
You remind me of people that are supposed to be tinting my house. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
The next episode.
The shirt that he's wearing looks like a.
No,
like
they
a
just still
house
haven't showed up.
Oh.
The next episode brought to you by the person that will show up every single time, and that's that mortgage guy, Don. Whether you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, doing some debt consolidation, expanding your business, or starting a business, work with someone who has your back, and that's that mortgage guy, Don. Start the process today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
42 years ago, 1983, someone went to space.
1983?
But not just any someone. America's first woman in space.
Yes.
By the name
Sally
of
Ride.
Mother effing Sally. And was she the one they sent 100 tampons with?
I don't know.
Oh, because they didn't know how periods in space would work?
Yeah, and even though she was there for like a week, they sent her with 100 tampons. They're also noting here, for the record, the first ever woman in space.
That was her husband's suggestion.
Was a Russian cosmonaut named Valentina Tereshkova in 1963. But I guess this was America's first woman in space, so sorry, Valentina.
Took us 20 more years?
Whatever. It's the first thing that comes up is Sally, and she gets in her own song. I don't see Ride, Valentina Tereshkova, Ride.
True.
But someone is riding the trouble train, choo-choo, and that is Tyler Perry Presents.
Oh, yeah.
Sexual assault accusations. He's being sued for sexual harassment and assault by an actor on one of his shows. Two of them, The Oval and Ruthless. And I believe either of you could help me out. I'm pretty sure that Derek Dixon has now posted some receipts, screenshots of text messages.
I've got the text messages. It appears to be from TP or Tyler Perry.
Or toilet paper.
To this guy. And some of it seems kind of innocuous. He's, I want to take this movie to Amazon or Netflix, blah, blah, blah.
He mentions, I don't want to miss out on another Schitt's Creek.
Okay.
Can you believe that he came to me and I didn't get it? So I'm like, that's a random fact.
It's funny because that's bleeped out in the text message thread. It just, I don't want to miss out on a bleep creek, it says here in front of me.
It's not even spelled the same way.
Then he says, I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? Says Tyler Perry. I haven't been touched in months. And this guy says, oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant being around people. And he said, Jacob, I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid, LOL. I guess the Jacob's the dumbass version of me. And
I mean, there's a lot. I remember going through 8 and I still wasn't done with the slideshow.
Tyler Perry says, what is it going to take for you to have guiltless sex?
Oh.
Have you found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the same exact kind of card geometry. He says, giving up on my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. And so, yeah, I guess he's like trying to chit chat with this guy about sex.
Yeah. In one instance, though, Derek Dixon is claiming Perry pinned him against the wall and groped him. In another, he supposedly snuck into bed with him. A third time, Dixon claims Perry forcibly pulled off his clothes. He says that for years, Perry has been using his power and influence to molest, abuse, and sexually assault impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship. He wants at least how much money? Because it's not undisclosed, I'll tell you that.
Okay, it's not. So it's not like the $50,000 or whatever, and then we know that it's going to be a lot more.
No, way more than that.
$10 million.
That's a guess.
$9 million.
Close? Not. $260 million.
Jeez. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, the text that I'm looking at, and I could be absolutely missing a big piece of the puzzle here. I haven't seen them all, but the texts that I have seen do not look that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just for the sake of receipts, but I don't know. The actual lawsuit alleges the sexual assault.
He's talking about like taking some pills, Tyler Perry, and then he says, I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny, testosterone.
Okay.
You got it from the doctor. I feel so good. So, but it's just, nothing is that crazy that I'm seeing.
We'll see. To the tune of $260 million. Or perhaps you find yourself turning into this man right here.
Crazy. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. Ozzy is right. And I'm not sure how much it costs, but at least 10 lucky people are getting fresh batches of Ozzy's genetic material. Woo!
Wow. Yeah.
You know, I look at Ozzy Osbourne, I see talent, I see rock star, I see legend. I
see pride.
I don't see
power.
You know, prime genetic material.
Really? I do.
Something that you want to pass along.
Yeah.
Generations you do?
Any
Okay.
human body that can withstand that much drugs over that long a time is
That is a good point.
Like high level performance.
Liquid Death sold 10 empty cans of iced tea that were drunk by Ozzy Osbourne. The sales pitch was that they contain Ozzy's DNA. They cost how much and sold out immediately. Mind you, there's just 10 of them.
So the DNA is just like his backwash or just
Yeah, backwash, whatever was on the container. It was also autographed by him. He isn't afraid of what buyers might do with his DNA. He says, and I quote, "Clone me, you bastards," end quote. How much do you think each can went for? Empty.
Each can empty. It can't be that much. $5,000. It's too much. It's
That
too
was
much.
way too much.
$700.
$500.
That was
$500.
close. $450.
Yes!
To clone.
You don't win.
I won.
You said 5,000.
You did
Then
say
I said 500 afterwards, and that was
You
closer
realize
to
how
450.
stupid you sounded.
Okay.
Hey, watch your mouth, man.
What have I missed? And finally, I shall leave you with this. This is extremely exciting for me, and I hope that I represent some sort of demo. But they're back, baby. And you won't have to meet them at the crossroads, just at your nearest venue, Bone
I heard
Thugs.
that before.
I'm sorry? What do you mean?
I tried to go see Bone Thugs one time and it got canceled.
Oh, that's right. Who are they supposed to be with again?
I don't
Was
remember.
I at that with you? Well, they're not going to cancel this time. Asterisk. Bone Thugs and Harmony teaming up with 3-6 Mafia for the Thuggish,
Interesting.
Ruggish Mafia Tour taking place late summer. Tech 9 and DJ Quick, minus the C, will also support on select dates celebrating the 30th anniversary of Bone Thugs. So happy anniversary. Count me in.
I would have thought 3-6 would have headlined that if you thought
I
about
saw him at Bonnaroo last year, 2 years ago.
back when they did full Bonnaroos.
Yeah. For sure, where there was zero rain and complaints. On the Boob Tube, we have the first season finale of Adults, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. I found it to be
What's it on?
very funny. FX, Hulu. The AFI Lifetime Achievement Award, a tribute to Francis Ford Coppola. I'm imagining they're not going to do Megalopolis this time around. Right?
No, probably not.
Second season premiere of America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, The Buccaneers on Apple TV Plus, series premiere of We Were Liars on Amazon, and you can catch Miley Cyrus on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. We're going to hear from you coming up on the show. Also, more on whatever the hell is happening in this world of ours with Iran and all the bombs. Are we involved in a war? That's the question. We got updates on the Minnesota shootings. We've got a lot of twists and turns along the way. And what's razor blade throat? Why do you need to know that? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Comedy Mount Dora Summer Night Series starts with Ross Padgett, June 14th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash reported on Goldenrod Road at Snyder Drive. An accident's getting cleared up on Orlando Avenue northbound between Ronald Reagan Boulevard and Lake Mary Boulevard. You can expect your typical delays on I-4 this afternoon. Heading through that amusement park area, there's congestion and traffic starting to pile up on I-4 heading through the city there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Sam's Club. Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market.
the best place to buy a Big Green Egg.
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world, they help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and Sky Miles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you. Because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
What's up, fellas? Russ Rollins here. Get real testosterone prescribed by the doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone, because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer.
Skolak, hello. Hang on. How you doing, folks? You doing good? Oh my God, Courtney keeps singing this song. It's driving me crazy. She keeps singing this song. And she sings it to Lady. That's just my baby Doge. You guys know this? Hang on. Stand by, stand by. Okay, she just keeps singing that song over and 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 over again. Kind of driving me crazy around here. Not quite the fan I might be. Somebody says it's an old rap song. She doesn't know the original. She doesn't know what the original is. She just keeps sending me this and the song. Like, I get it. I get that that's our dog. I get that that's Lady. – 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Got about 10 things going on at the same time here. So she's a masochist, I think, in some ways. You know what's wild? There are some messages that come through on my mega chat here, some messages that come through on my mega chat here, and then like more seem to come through here on the preview. Alicia says, we sing that to our dog all the time. Please don't encourage this in my household. Please do not encourage this. Marla says, B-Rock the Biz, my baby daddy. Yeah, I know. I know the original. But I hate this dog version way, way more. Way more. Make sure you're on all messages shown. I'm on a different thing than you are. We are not the same. We are not the same, and we are not looking at the same thing. Okay. Coming back.
Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, ReeseWindows.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
And catch up on the show if that's something you're interested in doing. If you hear just a little bit of the show today and you go, you know, I want a little bit more, by subscribing to the free podcast. And it's absolutely free for you over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we'll get to you and your feedback here in just a moment on the show. I got to tell you, I'm losing it. Courtney keeps singing the same song in this house over and over and over again.
I had one stuck in my head.
She's stuck with this earworm, Sabrina, and she feels the need to thrust it on me as well. I must deal with this too.
Are you now wormed in the ear hole?
Yeah, there's nothing to it. It's like the dumbest little song. Hang on, should I share this with you? Wait,
please.
She keeps singing it, going around the house.
That's just my baby dog. That's just my baby dog. That's just my baby dog. That's just my baby dog.
All right, it's the dumbest thing in the world. And she'll walk around and she'll be with Lady, and she'll start singing the song to Lady. And I'm like, stop.
Ashley's done that before. Yeah. Just like, after enough TikToks.
Yeah, it's like TikTok brain.
Mine was, we are the world all day yesterday. We are the children, but there's those 2 lines.
That's it?
Over and over.
Not the rest of it?
And over.
I hate it. I can't stand that. But, here we are.
Baby dog.
Here we are regardless. We have a lot going on in the world, many, many things to watch, of course. And one of them is, hey, are we at war or what? What's going on here? What's happening? And somebody emails about the Iran situation. Former weaponeer. That sounds serious. All right.
Take his word for it.
Weaponeer, what do we got here? It's tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Good afternoon. Well, hello to you, weaponeer. Not here to change your opinion in any way, but we do have a weapon, he/she says, that was specifically made to hit facilities like the Fordow nuclear facility. It's called the GBU-57A/B. That is not a great name. I don't think our plan would be to put troops in Iran. I believe the plan would be to hit their facilities and let Israel handle the rest. Good day, former weaponeer. I just don't buy the strategy, okay? Like, at the base value, I don't think this happens without regime change in Iran, and I don't think regime change happens without us putting soldiers on the ground in the desert again. Screw the desert. I don't want to send people over there anymore. I'm done with it. And they sent along this story about these bunker buster bombs. Look how big these things are, man. It's crazy when you see them next to a person.
Yeah.
It's like a huge thing. Massive in scope. And
those of you just tuning in.
It's a huge missile.
Thank you.
Missile, a bomb of sorts. And this says, if the U.S. decides to support Israel more directly in its attack on Iran, one option for Washington would be to provide the bunker buster bombs believed necessary to significantly damage the Fordo nuclear fuel enrichment plant, built deeply into a mountain. Such a bomb would have to be dropped from an American aircraft, which could have wide-ranging ramifications, including jeopardizing any chance of Iran engaging in Trump's desired talks on its nuclear program. But aside from a commando attack on the ground or a nuclear strike, the bunker buster is the most likely option. It's believed to penetrate 200 feet, that's 20 stories below the surface, before exploding, which is kind of crazy.
Does that mean when it explodes, it penetrates even more? Because wouldn't the burst go in all directions?
Well, listen to this, because this is wild. Bunker buster is a broad term used to describe bombs that are designed to penetrate deep below the surface. Blah, 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 blah. It's believed to be able to penetrate about 200 feet below the surface before exploding, and the bombs can be dropped one after another, effectively drilling deeper and deeper with each successive blast. So, like, you do one and it blows up stuff, and then you go further down and doof, 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 like drilling into the earth. The bomb carries a conventional warhead, but the International Atomic Energy Agency has confirmed that Iran is producing highly enriched uranium at Fordo, so it'll blast, and you might have a fallout from it. However, Israeli strikes at another Iranian nuclear site, Natanz, on a centrifuge site have caused contamination only at the site itself, not the surrounding area. So they don't know if they're going to do this or not, but they're talking about using these big, bad bunker busters.
2025 continues.
The place they want to bomb, Fordo, is smaller than Natanz. It's built into the side of a mountain near the city of Qom. And C-Lane, you were the one who said that this sounded like it was from, what'd you say it sounded like it was from? Dr. Evil or something?
Yeah.
Like the nuclear facility inside of a mountain.
And wasn't that the Top Gun? The latest one?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was kind of the plot of Top Gun.
They had to go into the nuclear in the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to fly the plane perfectly.
Wasn't that the kind of ambiguous, androgynous enemy? Like, they didn't actually name a country that this could have been, but it was just like Middle East.
Yeah. They didn't want to offend anybody in particular. It was like, this country knows what it did wrong.
And that's why we're taking this country down.
Those are real bunker busters hitting.
Mm-hmm. Busting bunker after bunker after bunker. There we go.
Yeah. I'm playing this from the Associated Press's website. This is actually what these bunker busters sound like. This is one of them hitting. Crazy to hear that. In addition to being estimated at 260 feet under rock and soil, this is the nuclear facility in Iran, 260 feet deep. And how far could the things go? How far did I say?
Feet?
I thought it was 200 feet.
200 feet, and it's 260 feet, so you'd have to drop a couple of them, I guess. So
what would that even sound like?
Like that. That's it. Construction is believed to have started around 2005 and became operational in 2009. In addition to being 260 feet under rock and soil, the site is protected by Iranian and Russian surface-to-air missile systems. Those air defenses, however, have already been struck, they believe, in the campaign. Yeah, here it is. Why does the U.S. need to be involved? Well, why not? Why not? We got those B-52s headed over to the war zone.
We're headed over to the war zone.
Big fatty fat planes all headed over there.
Roof.
And what's going to happen next? I don't know. But we shall see very soon here. Watching all of this unfold is quite an interesting thing. Now let's go to you. Let's work in a dispatch or two, since we've been so bad about this, and your feedback does indeed matter. Yes, it does. Let's see what we got. Simply Jeremy has a video dispatch.
All right, you want the video. Here's the back house of my castle. There's this thing up on the side of the wall, and I love it because, look, they even got the junk in there. Look at that.
Vitruvian man.
There's a Vitruvian penis there.
Yeah, he's working near a castle, which is pretty cool. And
is this in Orlando, he said?
I don't know where it is.
I'm pretty sure I've stayed there.
I'm seeing a vinyl fence, which is throwing me off from a lot of the surroundings here, and like a cart, and it only says that we have a big penis on the side of our castle.
All right.
We'll take that. Here's a dispatch, an audio dispatch about Caitlyn Clark from I'm Not a Hippie. We usually don't.
Okay, guys. Caitlyn Clark is a good player and has the potential to be a great player, but she's not the best in the league. That goes to A'ja Wilson, 2 back-to-back Finals MVPs and 2 back-to-back championships. And it looks like she's going for her 3rd. So until someone knocks off her throne, she's the best player in the face of the league. Britney Griner was never the face of the league. She just had that incident that kind of made her a household name. She was just always a good player.
I think we're missing each other on the definition of like household name or what I meant by this, or the face of the WNBA. I said for a while, Britney Griner was the face of the WNBA because this was the only person that most people, most regular ass people knew from the WNBA. The WNBA is still not popular. It's not popular. It's been in the news much more because of all these new players and the drama between them. And that stuff is kind of cool and helping them out. And the rest of this is like, yeah.
The semantic play right here is that the people who have followed and are into the WNBA are upset that you said the Britney Griner thing. But the point you were trying to make was much like yesterday's point about rap music and how the Fresh Prince song is not the best rap song there is, but it's probably the one that the common man could sing along to at least for one verse.
I think knows the most lyrics to was what I said at that time.
Like the average person who does not follow WNBA, if you ask them to name somebody in there, before Caitlyn Clark, it was Britney Griner. Not because Britney Griner was the best, player they had, but because she made the most news.
Or because they knew anything about anything she had done on the court. Just simply from being in the news stories. Let me let him finish his point.
And back to Caitlyn Clark, she is 0-2 when it comes to championship play coming out of college. She didn't win championships in college, and she didn't win championships in high school. So she hasn't really done anything yet but make a little noise in the WNBA. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Hit me out.
Thank you. I'm Not a Hippie. Appreciate your dispatch. One more on that, and then we'll move along. Here's Lisa G.
Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane. Happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In regards to that Fever game, it was televised on the WNBA season pass. There was the girl who pushed Caitlyn at first is J.C. Sheldon, and later on in the game, one of Caitlyn's teammates, Sophie Cunningham.
Okay, Sophie Cunningham.
Basically got tossed from the game because she wrapped up J.C. Sheldon on a breakaway and pulled her down to the ground. And there was a second kind of skirmish in that game. I sent the link to Sabrina and C-Lane. It's about 30 seconds into the link.
Is this the one that I have? Somebody sent this across. Let me just see. I might have gotten rid of it. Is this it? This is another incident on the court.
And Caitlyn Clark are talking to the official. They're both going at it saying, hey, there's a little extra.
Yeah, I think they just
shoved her.
Yeah, they're just tussling back and forth. The woman said, you can't do that. Caitlyn Clark says, yes, I can. I can do whatever the F I want to do. And then Caitlyn Clark shoved the J.C. Sheldon girl, and then they shoved back. Maybe this is what she's talking about.
Girl fight.
Maybe not. Let me let Lisa G finish.
Into the video, they got a little feisty during the whole game, but that's what women's basketball is these days. It is
right?
Kind of very physical and heated and fun to watch. Hope you guys enjoy. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Honestly, Lisa G, I think people are being dumb on purpose. I think they are. I think people are being dumb on purpose. I think people know the difference between something that should happen in a game and something that shouldn't. Like I saw a video not that long ago of 2 teams playing each other, and one team was absolutely like bullying a player. It wasn't the game. They were just bullying the player, knocking him down, kicking him in the face. And they were attacking a person who they were playing sports against. And I'm looking at it going, this is not a game. This is not a penalty. This is a crime. This is like an abuse that's going on here. But I think people are purposely distorting some of this other stuff and saying like, this is some sort of attack or these people should be charged with something. No, it's sports. Like when people are in a boxing ring, they're punching each other. You know, when sport is happening or when something beyond that is happening. When people are playing basketball, you know, when they're getting a little rough, but they're still playing the sport, or when something has gone beyond. And personally, I know I'm not a sports expert, but I just don't see it in the clips that people are talking about here. I see people aggressively, passionately playing a sport, and targeting one of the biggest players out there. And that seems fine to me. Stop coddling women in sports. It's weird. It's a weird thing to do.
Unless there's a man involved.
Here's Mando Pando with the last dispatch for now about Butt Boy, the movie.
Hey, guys, and everybody. Sean, this is specifically for you. I decided to give the movie Butt Boy a chance.
Great movie,
I'm
great.
12 minutes and 48 seconds. I don't know why I decided to send a dispatch right now, but I am not hating it. And so I guess I will see what I think.
All right, let me know afterwards, because many people seem to think that Butt Boy is not a cinematic masterpiece. Those people are what you might call dumb. Bad taste, you might say, about them. Others
Or
who
people with
watch
eyes
it,
and ears.
they
and a
watch it,
brain.
they go, this is a movie that
This is a movie,
fires
period.
far beyond its range. The expectations set up by the name Butt Boy lead you to believe you're not going on a cinematic journey bigger than, and I'll say it, bigger than The Lord of the Rings. Okay? Yeah, cinematic journey bigger than Lord of the Rings, bigger than Lord of the Flies, bigger than all of the Lord movies. Every Lord movie that there is, Passion of the Christ included, bigger journey in this film, Butt Boy. So some get it, some don't. Hope you're on board.
It was a
Mando
journey. I don't know if I agree with every little point you just made, but a journey was made.
What's your favorite movie, C-Lane?
I don't even know.
That's a loaded
it's hard.
question.
It's not a loaded question. It's a normal question. It's a question about
Do you
what
know
his
what
favorite
your
movie
favorite movie? Do you have a favorite
one
movie?
I have all the movies. There's so many genres.
My favorite movie of all time is the first Jurassic Park. That's the movie that has wowed me for the longest. Always keeps my attention. Brilliantly executed, holds up, spans the test of time, and I think that is my favorite movie of all time. I think that's my favorite. That's what I would go to at the end of the day. You could say like artsy movies.
Mine is Gummo.
All right, get out of here. Get out of here. You're not even allowed to participate in this. What are we even talking about here?
Showgirls 2.
Lisa sent this video. I can't play this whole thing. How long did she say it was into the video? Like a minute
30
and a half?
seconds in.
30 seconds? 30 seconds in? Let me go to 30 seconds in. And
Body's been hitting the floor this game.
all right. I can't play much of this, Lisa, unfortunately. But I see the player.
And yet again for Connecticut.
Let me bring this down. And yeah, I mean, I think I'll probably get it. I'm not going to get to whatever you're showing me here, but it's just like tensions boiling over. It's a tense game. That's kind of badass. That's what you want to see. The WNBA didn't do that for a long time. People yawned. No one showed up. Not even women. It's your sport, ladies. You were supposed to be showing up and buying tickets for this. None of you were. But now, maybe, I don't know. That seems good to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see. We're still watching what's happening in Iran. We got an update in jury duty about the Karen Reed trial. What's going on there right now? We got to talk about razor blade throat and why you might need to know about that, and how all of this relates to the deep, ingrained messages in the cinematic masterpiece Butt Boy. All of that will be roped together.
Something was ingrained.
Beautiful thread coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Real talk, fake maturity. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Traffic starting to slow down on the major roadways. There's congestion heading through the city on I-4. You could expect your regular delays through that amusement park area. Traffic's piling up once you get off the ramp from Florida's Turnpike to I-75 northbound. Construction's causing a bit of congestion on John Young Parkway near the Greenway. There's no serious accidents affecting your commute on the major roadways, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival
presented by Capital One
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu.
And you can be there
for a weekend full of superstar performance.
Wow.
That's why I get stuff in my shoes.
What is that?
Road stuff.
How are you getting it inside your shoes and into your socks?
I don't know.
How are your ankles feel?
My ankles are fine.
Well, what are you insulted by me asking about your ankles after a run?
Because I'm a young woman.
What are you doing? What are these moves? Is that how this is what I do after my run? All right.
Okay.
God bless.
Hey.
See you later. Be safe.
Lady's on your bed again.
Yeah, because you're not sitting down, so she can't follow you.
That's just my baby doll.
No, please. We're not singing that song. What's she doing? She just sitting in there? Lady, come on. See you later. Somebody says Jaws is her favorite movie? Well, Jaws is... What, isn't this year 50 years of Jaws? 50 years? And that's kind of crazy, because I'll tell you this. Jaws still looks pretty good. That movie was filmed before the internet, before modern digital cameras. That movie is from 1975, and 50 years later, still it looks good. If you go the other way, in 1975, 50 years in the other direction would have been 1925. Think about that holding up. Less than 3 minutes and we're coming back. If you watch Jaws in reverse, it's just about a shark that keeps vomiting people up until they have to open a beach. Would still watch, though. Would still watch and enjoy. We just rewatched Jaws. It holds up? I think so, too, yeah. Agreed. And I don't think there are many movies like Jaws that scared so many people from being at the beach, or that scared them of an animal in general. Same for Star Wars, almost 50 years. There's those classics like Spielberg and a couple other people that film these movies. Now, don't get me wrong here. It's mostly because the movies have been remastered over the years, so they keep making them look better and better and better and better and better. But even the classic versions, like even E.T., it still looks nice. It still holds up. The audio is still good. Unlike, you can watch a random movie from the 80s, and the quality is shit. Terrible. Coming back in 90 seconds. Only difference now is no cell phones videoing half-eaten people. I wonder if they'll redo that. I will tell you though, friends, last night we watched the Final Destination Bloodlines movie. I liked it. It was pretty good. There was some really good deaths in that movie. It was a fun watch. I liked it. I thought it was way better than I anticipated it being. What'd you think? Have you seen Final Destination Bloodlines? Give me your review. Let me know. Here we go.
Heareth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide.
based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
This week on Purpose with Jay Shetty, Jay sits down with Wicked star Cynthia Erivo for a powerful conversation on healing, her burnout, and creating art from a place of truth. Plus, Brett Young joins the Bobby cast, and he opens up about why he quit drinking and the heartbreak that led him to music. 2 raw, honest conversations now streaming at iHeartRadio.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Most impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit reesewindows.com.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to...
Geared up for jury duty. Will we get a verdict today? Will we get something from the Karen Reed trial? I have no idea. The only thing I know, and I know this to be true, is that Sabrina will have to extend her Airbnb for another 3-4 weeks, probably.
That or I'm thinking I'm going to take the upstairs.
Are you getting mad over there? I can see frustration on your face today.
I'm a little frustrated. And I'm exhausted, honestly.
Yeah.
It was like 15 hours driving back.
Uh-huh.
And
Who did the driving? Who did the driving back from this excursion?
You're looking at her.
You did? RM7, right? Old Michael 7 wasn't driving?
He did the last 3 hours, but I did the majority of the ride back. Now, I will give him the credit where it is due. When we left for Bonnaroo, before it became Courtroom, he drove throughout the night, and I did the last 4 hours.
You left for Bonnaroo on Thursday, right?
We left late Wednesday night.
Late Wednesday night. It got canceled by
Friday morning? Friday, I guess, afternoon, but we couldn't do anything while we were hunkering down, and it flooded.
You got to decide what you're going to do, and you already got an RV, and so you guys go, we're not going to go home right now.
Well,
we're not going to just call it quits.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, Nashville was closer, and we needed to get out of there. Like, they were evacuating the area.
Mm-hmm.
They had asked the people whose campsites had not been completely washed away to wait, and so we went to Nashville because it was closer. Needed a shower and to assess the situation. I'd never been to Nashville, so I ended up
great.
Going around. I really liked it.
Nashville's
fun city,
a lot of
right?
fun.
Yeah,
fun city.
I would like to explore some more, but I definitely enjoyed it.
A lot of good food there. They actually have another Turkey and the Wolf in the Nashville area now. And that's a place from New Orleans, for those of you who don't know, which is a great little spot that's won a lot of awards in the New Orleans area.
Kid Rock's place where that guy swung around his colostomy bag like a helicopter.
Gross.
I got to share that story.
Yeah. So you're still waiting to get back in your house, even though you're actually back because they tented the thing.
It's not tented yet.
But it's not tented because they haven't even arrived. So. They're taking their sweet ass time. If you would have hired that company that I told you about, which their brilliant idea is that they take the termite tents and they print your house
on the outside. The company does not exist. That was an invention.
Like
idea.
Nobody
didn't we decide the better idea was projecting, so you're not just printing out these giant tents all the time?
Projecting or printing?
Our company, C-Lane. Sean's going to waste the money on the vinyl printing, much like our banners from Just Okay.
I don't know what the best move is yet. Maybe we could just put a generic house printed on the outside of it, so it's visible in the day and the night a little bit. Generic house on the outside, and then you look and you go, huh, just a regular ass house over there. Nothing specifically weird about this at all.
It smells kind of weird, and there's a sign that says, do not go inside or poison. But besides that, normal looking house.
Signs, everywhere are signs. What? You just completely ignore those and go into the place if you're tough. If you're a tough American with some spine.
I have a gas mask in my garage.
Have you not seen the episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they ignored the warning and they went in?
How did that turn out?
Not great for them.
Who was it, Charlie?
The gang had a good time. I think they left their tickets to some sporting event behind, and they just went on in there. Speaking of people who aren't feeling just right, yesterday I saw this alert. They said Kristi Noem rushed to the hospital And I'm like, oh, okay, Kristi Noem. This is her, if you don't know who she is, from the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh, right.
She's the Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem. And they said
That's
she
the
was
one that was
rushed.
in El Salvador doing the photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. She said, they said she was rushed to the hospital, and then they claimed it was over an allergic reaction. And I don't know what it was, but for some reason, I want to know. I'm like, what was the allergic reaction? What was going on? She is alert and recovering, said a statement from the Homeland Security Department.
What's she allergic to?
Says
Peanuts?
Noem, 53, heads a sprawling department with 260,000 employees. She is often the face of the mass deportation effort. I don't know. I think Tom Homan is more the face of it, but that's just me. She held a press conference last week. This whole thing, the article is just about blah, blah, blah. Here's what her job does. But she had some sort of allergic attack, and they had to rush her to the hospital. And then they said that she was breathing. And I didn't see anything else that said what it was. Maybe this will tell me here. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem taken to hospital after allergic reaction. She was transported to the hospital out of an abundance of caution. And let me zoom in here so we can read. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was taken to the hospital on Tuesday. Noem was released later that night. She had an allergic reaction at the Joint Base.
Newsweek said Kristi Noem visited a biohazard lab the day before this allergic reaction.
That seems bad.
So you think it's an allergic reaction, or you got some bio up in the nose hole?
I don't know what it was, but they said it was an allergic reaction and that she has been taken to the hospital.
That, or she might have just had a little bit of a stuffy nose, but remembered she'd been to this biohazard lab, and now she's having the anxiety. Like when the cop, when the cop touched the fentanyl and passed out.
Yeah, that'll hit you.
Do the same thing.
This is KVUE. This is the shortest report I've ever seen in my life on this. I don't know what kind of details we're going to get. KVUE uploaded his 15-second YouTube video about this. All right, KVUE. Inform us.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was hospitalized yesterday afternoon for what they're calling an allergic reaction. Now, we're still not sure exactly what caused the reaction. A spokesperson says she went to the hospital out of an abundance.
That's it. What was it? Was it peanuts? What was it? What are the big fat allergies that'll send you to the hospital? Peanuts?
Bees.
Shellfish.
Shellfish.
Yeah, it'll make you start swelling up, and then your throat starts closing.
I mean, I know a guy who went to the hospital for getting cat scratch.
Oh.
Almost died.
You know what?
What?
I didn't even think. Maybe they don't want to tell because then somebody could use it as an attack on her. Like another country could use it as an attack, and they would go, hey, we don't have to use
and now
some
they're
crazy
going to try
poison.
all the allergy things.
The foreign country that
drop
only
a bottle
wants
of
to
peanuts
kill
and cats.
Yeah, only wants to kill Kristi Noem, so they just drop a peanut butter spray.
It could be. That could be
Wrapped
the case.
in lobster.
Maybe Iran. Or maybe Israel. I don't know. Somebody could do this, but they haven't told us what it was. Maybe we're better off not knowing. Maybe we don't want that out there. I know this. On the Iran front, where we don't know if we're in a war with Iran yet or what, everybody seems to think that we are. I hope we're not. I hope this is some sort of strategy. But
Donnie needs to get in a better mood first.
It's causing some infighting on the Trump side of things. And Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz, who, as far as I know, are both supporters of the president, they were like two women bickering during this interview on the Tucker Carlson show about Iran and about Israel. Tucker does not like Israel. He's like, they're supposed to be our friends. What kind of friends spy on you and your country? And then Ted Cruz is like, country spy on
friends?
each other.
Yeah.
It's just what we do. And he goes, is that right? Should we be doing that? Should we be paying for people to spy on us?
Huh?
Tucker Carlson not happy about all that. And then the back and forth over Iran went like this. Here we go.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
Okay.
I don't know the population at all. No, I don't know the population. You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple? How many people live in Iran? 92 million. Okay.
Now I know.
Next.
Now let's get to toppling, baby.
How many Zyn has that man consumed at this point?
C-Lane, that would have been the greatest response. It was like, all right, now I'm informed and let's get bombing. Here we go.
It's about to be 14. Boop.
When he said that, here's what happened quietly in Tucker Carlson's head. Tucker Carlson said, reading that Wikipedia entry last night and memorizing the population and thinking of this question was a great idea.
Is there not a producer in his ear?
Maybe. I don't see an earpiece, but there could be. But he rattled that off.
Right behind Ted. It's just like
I don't know the population at all. No, I don't know the population.
Do you?
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple? How many people living around? 92 million. Okay.
All right. Fine. So you know. So what? Yeah. Here's the hard truth, baby. Let me tell you the truth that they don't want you to know. In the United States of America, I think if you asked 10 of our elected officials what the population of the United States of America is, they wouldn't know it.
18 billion. Next question.
I think that they would not know it. I think maybe a lot of people don't know.
What
Do you
is it,
guys know what the population? I know what it is.
Go for it.
I know
what is it?
It's a roundabout. I know what it is.
Go.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
I would say as of now about 340 million people.
Wrong.
What is it?
347 million.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Does 7 million not count?
They're expendable. There's more than 7 million expendable people in this country. But I would guess if you asked that to our elected officials in the U.S., a whole bunch of them wouldn't know.
I would love to ask them a bunch of questions that seem like they should know.
They don't know.
What's the allowed margin of error if we're doing this man on the street in D.C.
I don't
asking
think by the millions.
elected officials?
Yeah, if you're within 20 mil, 30 mil, fine. You know,
those are humans, individuals.
It doesn't matter. It's an estimation of what the population is now, which is changing at any moment.
I didn't even mention the 0.3.
And I think that most people would know this. I would have started naming other countries, and maybe Tucker Carlson just memorized them all. I'd be like, Tucker, what country do you think is our biggest adversary? And then he'd say, like, China, of course. How many people live in China? But maybe he's ready for that. And then you set yourself up for big time failure. If you go that angle, Tucker was ready with the number, and he's like, how many?
The population of the country you seek
you
to
don't
topple?
even know?
To topple?
How many people living around? 92 million. Okay.
Yeah.
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
This is so passive aggressive. This is like these two guys
getting awkward, and both of them have changed their looks so much in the last couple of years, huh?
You don't think that's important? You don't think that's important at all? I mean, it seems like something you would know.
Well, why is it relevant whether it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
Oh, my gosh, Tucker.
He just read the link.
It's my show. I can do what I want.
Nerd.
Mind you, Ted with the fade here and the slick back, just trying to catch
Anybody
some
know?
thirst.
Anybody know before Tucker Carlson says what the ethnic mix? What's the ethnic mix in Iran?
A melting pot.
I think. Why'd you say it like that? It's a melting pot. I think he might be talking about the fact that Iran is mostly, I believe, Sunni Muslims. I think that's what he's talking about. Let me guess. You guys fact check me. I'm not looking at nothing. I don't have any cheat sheet over here. Iran percentage Sunni Muslim. I'm saying 70. 70% is what my guess is. I don't know. I don't honestly know.
And
I don't, because I think the Iraqis, the Iraqis are Shiites. What percentage of Iranians are Sunni Muslims?
Some of them are nice.
S-O-N-N-I, or S-U-N-N-I, excuse me, Sunni Muslims. Because I think that's where he's going. Maybe he'll go with Arabic or Muslim. I don't know what he's going to say here. I don't know. That's my guess.
I say, well, it's impossible to pinpoint the single Iran percentage. They say the country's population largely comprised of Persians, 61%.
Okay.
Along with the significant populations of Kurds, Lurs, Azers, and others.
The Kurds, as in like Kurdistan in Iraq as well.
Lurs, others, and Azeris.
Let's see what he says. Let's see what his gotcha is.
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, this is
Shia. You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow.
Guys!
Here we go.
Guys!
We're going to uncross our legs and kind of go forward in our chairs now.
I'm not the Tucker Carlson expert of Iran.
What place is this that they're doing this, by the way?
This is Tucker Carlson's, I don't know, some office. Some
it's very
office
dimly lit and seems more like a chill, non-argument spot.
It's not going very well.
No, it's not.
Was I wrong? Is it Shia is the overwhelming majority in Iran, not Sunni, and Sunni is in Iraq? I may have gotten it backwards. It's been a long time since I've looked into this stuff. I don't remember which one.
Not for Tucker Carlson.
He said immediately.
He literally had a tape playing as he fell asleep the night before.
He said Shia. I thought the Shiites were mostly in Iraq and not in Iran, but I may have it backwards.
I'm showing that to be backwards. In Iran, the vast majority of the population, around 99.4%, is estimated to be Muslim. Of the Muslims, the vast majority are Shia, 90 to 95%, the remaining 5 to 10 being Sunni.
Okay, I had it backwards. It's Sunni in Iraq mostly. So this is why Iraq and Iran hate each other over the years and years and years and years, and why they've gone to war and stuff. But they're past that. They're just yelling at each other now. I like the tension. I like the leaning in and let's yell at each other.
No, it's not even. You don't know anything about Iran. So
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who claims
about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the one who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that...
We're carrying out military strikes today. Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here, because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Pfeiffer denied, on behalf of Trump, that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
Okay. See, this is the problem. We don't necessarily know. We don't know what's going on here, everybody. Oh, yeah.
What was the point of that interview?
This was to yell at each other in front of a roughly painted portrait of Ronald Reagan.
Is that thing even framed?
Just say no.
Oh, looks a little raw.
Maybe it's like just on canvas and hung.
I think it's painted right on the wall.
I don't think they like each other. I don't think that they are going to be friends.
I bet they did a mouth kiss after the cameras went off.
This not great here, but that's how it's going down. And let us know who you think.
You feel better about our arguments in the past, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Better than that.
I guess. Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay. I was going to say that I hope you get everything sorted out,
and I hope you get the
house.
upstairs cleared up, because I do have to stay there. With two cats and a dog and a lovely girlfriend.
You would be more than welcome to. Absolutely welcome to.
I just have to run a very long Ethernet cord to your house, if you don't mind.
We got Ethernet here. We can make that happen for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Be happy to do it. Let's talk about, shoot. We'll talk about that when we come back. We will. See you later.
Population questions?
See you later saying, stop, go to break, Sean. You don't know anything about Iran or Iraq. Shut your mouth.
Break. Go.
I didn't say a word.
When we come back, I like to just blame everything that people can't see on you. Like, C-Lane's telling us to go to break.
Well, you should go to break.
This is happening. I know.
I'm going to have to second that, yeah.
Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to jury duty. We'll see what's happening in the Karen Reed trial, maybe some drama there, and a whole lot more. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
The Florida Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. They clinched with a Game 6 win over Edmonton. Sam Bennett with 4 goals in the clincher. He won the Conn Smythe as playoff MVP. Florida's Major League team split last night. The Marlins won, beating the Phillies. Eric Wagaman and Jesus Sanchez homered, but the Rays lost falling to the Orioles. And Florida State football gets a commitment from 2026 4-star D lineman Tico Crittenden. I'm Matt McCoy.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21.
Skull Mike, how are we? Welcome behind the scenes. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody says of Kristi Noem, She's allergic to all that silicone in her lips and all the makeup she wears. You sexist dick. All of the female politicians I disagree with are pigs. They have too much plastic surgery, too much makeup, and they're vile heifers. And then all the ones that I agree with, they are people that you can never say that about, right? Sacred cows. Five minutes, folks. Then we're coming back hot with jury duty. We'll see what's going on in the Karen Reed trial and there. We got some updates on what's been happening and some interesting strategy changes for the Diddy trial. And their feet stink. I prefer not to insult people on their looks. Imagine that. It goes back to one of my pure truths, absolute facts. No one cares about the shit that they're pretending to care about. They don't care about fat phobia. If they disagree with a person, they're a big fat gross pig. They don't care about people being disabled. If they disagree with the person, if they're from the other political party, they'll call them a big fat roller pig for being in a wheelchair. They don't care if they're black. If they disagree politically, they'll call them a coon or any other name you could possibly think of. They don't care if they're from Mexico or in the country illegally or legally. They don't care about any of these things. They only pearl clutch to try to score political points through emotions. That is my theory, and I'm sticking to it. No one actually cares about this stuff. You must have the same exact thoughts and beliefs as everybody, or you can be called a big fat hooker pig loser roller pig. Or the double pig. Three minutes, coming back. Secret Show 420 SmackDown 2 Part 3 was hilarious, by the way. Thank you, Sean Patrick's Day. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, what do we got? Don't need that. Okay. 2. Sean, you're describing MAGA? No, I'm not actually. I'm more so describing people who are left of center, but it's true across the board. People who are tanky, leftist, socialist, democratic socialist, whatever fucking name they want to call themselves this week. These far left people absolutely do this. They're like, we stand up for black voices, and then you go, hey, I'm black and I like Trump. And then they go, fuck you, coon, shut up and never speak again. This is what I'm talking about. It happens all the time, repetitive behaviors. And when you see those, you've got to learn from people and why they're doing those. Does it happen on the other side? Yes, very much does. And on the other side, one of the bigger problems is pearl clutching on the far right about canceling and these kind of things, but then utilizing that same weaponry against your enemies. So, you know, pearl clutching and canceling people is terrible, but then engaging in that same behavior yourself. Abraham says, I dislike how the Karen Reed trial is fully becoming a circus. Court TV interviewed a woman wearing a dog mask with a sign, I bid him, I bid him. I want that to be true. Send me a link. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. $90 seconds. Hey, anybody not feeling well this week? Anybody a little sick, a little under the weather? Because they're calling it razor blade throat. Razor blade throat. Sounds bad. Razor blade throat. Hopefully you don't get it. God bless you. Here we go.
And SUVs. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations, Deland and Ocala. Get a sneak peek of all my pre-tariff rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$0 down in credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Offer ends June 30, 2025.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
New Year's resolution is to sell your home? Get a guaranteed cash offer today at thenicklygroup.com.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to...
On the Karen Reed trial, if you don't know what that is, I'll let you know. We'll always catch up. I don't expect that you guys know all of these things or what's happening in the world, so we try to give you sort of the explain it like I'm 5 version, and we'll do that with this. Updates on the Diddy case, updates on the Minnesota political shootings. Wild time right now. So let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
How you guys feeling? Anybody feeling sick at all? Anybody?
I'm all right.
Because razor blade throat is going around. They're always trying to get me on this like new sub-variant of COVID.
Wait, razor blade throat is a COVID?
I thought they went by the numbers and stuff.
They do, but this one's got a nickname. It's called Nimbus, and they said one of the obvious signs are like razor blade throats. And be afraid, be very afraid.
So like the symptoms of bad strep throat?
Yeah.
Like every time you swallow, it hurts?
I'm thinking about having a razor blade stuck in my throat is really painful to think about.
Owie.
Jury duty. Brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, seek the help that you deserve and get an attorney that's going to fight for you against those insurance companies that are greedy, that you should not listen to, and that you deserve to be respected by. You pay them every month. When you get into an accident, sometimes it's time for you to get some money to protect yourself, your family, and your future. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. All right, I'm peeking out there. There are no real crazy, shocking updates, at least so far in the Karen Reed trial.
They're still deliberating then? Is that
they're still
talking about?
I think they're still deliberating. They're waiting, and they have not come back with the final answer just yet. That could be at any minute. Day 4 here, verdict watch. There's huge numbers of these Karen Reed supporters. Crazy how many of these people are out there. I mean, these are all, they wear pink, a lot of them, the Karen Reed supporters, and they're just like a gaggle of them that are outside, which I know she loves.
Don't y'all have jobs to go to?
Not these folks. Some of these folks have made it their job to be her supporter. All right, let's see what we got here. A lot of women. Not all women, though. There's some guys here. The women wearing pink, but I don't know. It looks like 50-50. In the Karen Reed supporter camp outside here, there's some more women.
Very just that town kind
localized
of vibe. Southeast.
Yeah.
Think they have any like really self-aware ones that are like Karens for Karen?
There might be a couple out there. They have a huge fan club for Karen Reed people.
How many people have been hit by cars since they've been standing out there?
I just saw a story, but I don't.
Ironic.
I don't know if it's true. There was a story about somebody getting their car getting hit in the parking lot, and I can't believe they said he backed into somebody's vehicle today and cracked their hairlight or their tail light.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, which is like something that's featured in the actual case. They're still waiting though here, day 4 for verdict watch. Day 36 of the actual trial itself. Nothing shocking going on yet, but I mean, it looks like she may end up winning this thing. I want to hear from some of her supporters. They're not going to curse, are they? A Karen Reed supporter wouldn't be cursing.
I mean,
let's see.
Ready to
let's see what we got. I got some captions on this. Hang on, let me get this going right here. I got it. Hang on.
All just awaiting for a verdict.
All right, they're just waiting for a verdict. They said.
Another bag of cigarettes.
Hang on, let me turn the volume up on this real quick. There we go. Thank you, Caitlyn. Appreciate you being smart about that. And
good job, Caitlyn.
There we go. We're bringing it back.
The anxiety has gone up.
All right.
Emotions have gone up. We all just are waiting for a verdict.
They want that verdict.
Slips are confusing once again.
True.
So that's where I believe the jurors may have an issue. And hopefully if they do, their questions will be answered.
Wait, what was wrong with the verdict slips before?
Confusion.
Same exact problem, Caitlyn. Yeah, the very same issue was like they were confused if they found her not guilty on these charges. What does it mean about these charges? What does it mean about if they're like a hung jury on some charges? Are they a hung jury on all the charges? And
wasn't that the question that the judge was trying to avoid answering?
Yeah,
because those
the
are
judge is
hypotheticals.
I don't think that's useful for me to answer, so I'm not going to give you any info on it.
Not another mistrial.
I think the energy is good. The vibes are good. We're all feeling positive. We're just done.
Vibes are good.
To be over.
I love this.
Vibes are good. Energy's good. Charges dropped.
We're just done. We want this to be over. Honey, it could be over for you.
You don't have to be there.
Yeah.
Any moment.
We've
you
been
can just
forced to
leave.
be out here waiting for Karen's verdict to come through.
She's like, this has been difficult being forced to be out here.
I've had to buy 4 different pink V-necks in order to get here every single day for 12 hours.
You don't need to be there. Your appearance is not required at this place.
Not another mistrial.
I think the energy
Energy's
is good. The vibes are good. We're all feeling positive. We're just done. We want this to be over. Her family has been through so much. I mean, the O'Keeffes have been through
I'm not
a
in
lot
it,
too.
but I know her family's been through so much.
She says the O'Keeffes have been through a lot, too. It just needs to be over. Yeah, the O'Keeffes have been through a lot. They lost somebody. They died. Somebody died. Jesus.
But they love them some Karen.
All right, let's revisit that when we have anything extra, anything new in this case. We'll bring you back to the Karen Reed trial.
Money down on what she's going to do after if she gets acquitted.
Interview crazy. She loves that attention.
TV show,
definitely
cameos without a doubt.
Definitely. There's already been a couple of these series on this. Okay, we got to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get further into those Minnesota political shootings that people are talking about. We don't have just that, though. We got some fun stuff to get into. Got a bunch of your comments. We got a TikTok trend that is weirding me out because we work at least one of those in every couple of days. And that and much more is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Tickets for the 2025 Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament presented by JustCallMo.com go on sale June 17th. Details at realradio.fm/poker.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
It's going to be a typical afternoon in Orlando. Traffic starting to pile up on I-4 heading through the city. You could expect your regular delays through that amusement park area. Traffic slowing down once you get off the ramp from Florida's Turnpike to I-75 northbound. No serious accidents really affecting your commute as of right now. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Real quick advice here. If you got a problem with your air conditioner, call Mills Air. It's as easy as that. I mean, this is simple. It's a obvious thing. Once you've dealt with them, you know that Mills Air is going to be the fastest, the best, the most trustworthy. They're going to respect you and your house, and they know what they're doing. they will be the company that helps you out. So don't worry. What kind of AC you have doesn't matter. The Mills Air techs are going to tell you how it can be fixed and get it done real quick. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number. AC issues, problem with your air conditioner, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage doors done right.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you, because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Summer is here, and you know what that means. Carbecues. No, not barbecues. Carbecues. Where your seats roast, your steering wheel sizzles, and your sunglasses melt into the dash.
Folks, hang tight. We're back in about a minute and a half. Coming right back to content.
The scorching sun and harmful UV rays to keep your cabin nice and cool. So say no to fried thighs with the all-American made WeatherTech Sunshade, because it's your car, not a casserole. Order today at WT.com.
Storms are here. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Eustace Roofing now for fast, reliable protection. Eustace Roofing, the real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
Going through the most viral stories of the day. Not like razor blade throat viral, but like, viral, like everybody's talking about them. That's what we gather and discuss here, as well as anything else on your mind each day. Join us with those dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com. Last night, we watched, finally, because it finally came out on demand, we watched the new Final Destination Bloodlines movie. I'll tell you, man.
What'd you think?
That's one of those movies that it delivers on the promise. The promise of a Final Destination movie is that you're going to watch a lot of people die in the craziest ways. And it delivers on that.
So even with the teasers we've talked about, it still surprised you because
that ain't nothing.
I remember. Okay, so we had the nose ring one.
Yeah. Oh,
rough. And then there was another one we talked about.
Yeah, there's been a couple of them that have popped up in clips and stuff online. And if you don't know about Final Destination, the movie is people who escape death and then death comes back to get them. And then death is all around you. And it's like a Rube Goldberg machine where you might see a squirrel fall off a branch, which triggers this and this, 5 things happen, and then you lose your head. And there are very creative kills in this movie. I enjoyed it. I like those movies. It's just like a simple, it's not trying to be artsy. It's not trying to be like, it's not trying to change the world. It's just trying to be a good, fun watch. And I thought I got that out of the movie.
Hey, and considering that this is what, the 6th, 7th
it's
in
up there.
The franchise?
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it still delivers, says a lot.
Yeah,
and I applaud
think
them
so.
for that.
Yeah, it gets boring after a while. Even like Fast and the Furious and stuff. You're going to run into problems.
Watch your mouth.
with it.
They went to space, man.
They didn't share characters between the various movies, did they? Or
some of them.
They did? Okay.
There's one person that was back. You know what I'm super stoked for? Is 28 years later, which is coming up in a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see it.
Hankering for that.
Courtney just did not like that first one, and we have not been able to try the second one.
Second one's much better, but it's still from a very long time ago.
I'm down for it, though. And I also liked Final Destination Bloodlines. Love me a movie with a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, God.
What was it?
That's why I love the Fear Street movies. The Fear Street movies have the most banging soundtracks of any silly little horror movie
Fear
series
Street.
you might have ever seen. Fear Street's great, man.
He's ready to die.
But like starting to watch the movie and it like kicks up and it's like Final Destination Bloodlines.
Do they do that thing that some of the horror movies are doing now where they take some of these songs? Because I'm looking at the list here. Bad Moon Rising,
The
Shout, Ring of Fire, Escape was the one you were singing. Do they do it where they like use like dark cuts of them or dark remixes?
No, straight up. No, it's just like the actual beautiful classic Pina Colada song.
Well, death happens?
Rupert Mockingbrain or whatever that guy's name is. And
Holmes.
just Rupert Holmes, a.k.a. Rupert Mockingbrain. And what a banger of a song that is.
It is.
Like,
it's about cheating, but okay.
If I only have a couple of minutes left, I wouldn't mind hearing that. Or Cruel Summer, which is one of my go-tos that you hear me talking about always on the show.
Wait. If you only have a couple minutes left, you want to hear, I was tired of my lady.
Well, I don't want to hear.
We've been together too long.
Courtney's long dead. If this is happening, if I'm on my deathbed, Courtney is long dead.
You are dying before Courtney.
Well, we'll see. But I know that I like that song, and I would be down to hear that in any sort of final moments. I mean, you hear dark stories about this every once in a while. Like,
I would like to be sipping on a pina colada.
Hit the brakes and not tell that one. There is some stuff happening outside of the trial, the Karen Reed trial. Looks like it's getting a little weird. It's a little strange here from what I'm looking at. I don't know if this is a protester or a supporter, but it says mood outside Karen Reed trial courthouse. This is fake, right? This is good. This is fake. The text on the lower third looks kind of fake. But it has a CNN court TV person interviewing a person with a dog mask on. And it says, I bit him.
Oh, because the dog.
Yeah, because the dog bit the body that was out in the yard.
I could see somebody doing that. But the Chiron is strange.
I can find this out. I bit him. Like somebody else has absolutely talked about this. No, don't show what I'm looking at here because God only knows what's going to come up. Oh, boy. There's so much pornography on Twitter.
Can you
so
put
much when you
Karen
search for stuff.
Reed?
That's what I did. I just tried that.
And there's now dog Karen Reed porn?
No, nothing yet. But I see quotes, she bit him, but I don't see this guy. I don't see. Let's look up Karen Reed dog mask. Maybe that'll pop
Stepson, mom.
Dog bite awareness. Oh, wow. Okay.
What's your message?
To find the truth.
Gotcha.
Find the truth. Get justice for John O'Keefe. Get justice for Karen Reed. This isn't justice. It's corruption.
What? Get justice?
Did not expect that to be a woman.
I did not either.
That's a lady. Yeah, it's a lady in a dog mask at the Karen Reed trial. And she says, she sounds like a fence sitter. She's like, do you want to get justice for Karen Reed and for her boyfriend?
I thought it'd be a lot more
died?
intense voice with the German Shepherd mask and the strong build.
Did
I
you
just
wonder,
think that we all just get along and make sure that we get home and eat dinner.
Did you wonder for a second if she was going to do it in like a bark? Like,
maybe that's what took her so long to respond. Like she was weighing her options.
So, what's your message?
To find the truth.
To find the
truth.
He was
already pulling back the microphone.
Get justice for John O'Keefe. Get justice for Karen Reed. This isn't justice. It's corruption.
It's corruption. It's just corruption.
You know how hot that
don't
mask
like it.
is right now.
She's out there.
She's just
Where's this case again? Where's this going down? Boston?
I forget exactly where.
Austin.
Karen.
Current temp. Let me see. Just in case.
Something
75. 75 is not bad. Massachusetts, it's an okay day. It's an overcast day. They're not doing too bad out there. But what do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. We got more on those Minnesota shootings. This, if you didn't follow it, was
Norfolk Superior Court.
That's where they are. This was a case where Vance Belter, a crazed man who was very upset with some Democratic politicians in Minnesota, who put on a mask of his own and then somehow got some people to open the door, even though he was wearing this creepy mask. He is now facing some charges, and he may face something that's a rarity in the state of Minnesota, the death penalty.
Oh.
The death penalty could be on the table. Minnesota abolished capital punishment in 1911. Their last execution was a botched hanging in 1906. They're a little rusty. Federal prosecutors announced charges against Vance Belter that could carry the death penalty. It could carry the death penalty for this guy.
And by the time they're done trying it and everything, it could be 120 years since their last capital, like their last death penalty.
The last execution would have been over 100 years ago.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I saw you there. But Mark Bruley's phone, this says, went off at 3:45 a.m. on June 14th. The loud ring shattering the quiet darkness surrounding the Brooklyn Park Police Chief's home in Minnesota. And on the other side was the sergeant saying, "It's pretty bad, Chief." And they were talking about what was going down at these different locations with a masked man who turned out to be Vance Belter. I told you yesterday, I feel like the cops dropped the ball here. I really do. I mean, not a conspiracy or anything. People are taking it in that direction. I just think the cops... A female cop pulls up on the scene, sees the killer in the vehicle, in the fake police vehicle, and just assumes he's also a cop and doesn't say anything. Well, it says something. It says, hey. It says stuff to get his attention. He stares straight forward, and she just keeps driving. She assumes that he's part of the security detail for this politician. And then he goes, screw this. Cops here. Now I'm going to go to another place. And he goes to another location. The next location he went to was a location where he killed the two people. Nobody had died before that. There were other things. The cops were smart enough to know what was next. They said that this was a politician that was shot at the beginning. A politician and their partner. It's a celebration, but not a good one. That one was not a good celebration for the street.
Yeah, I'd say not so much.
The balloons at that point in time of my speaking were a bad option. But this was the first shooting where the people were injured but not killed. And so nobody had died yet. Then the guy goes to a second place, the second location. The politician he was targeting was not at home. The third place, he's parked on the side of the road. He's about to go inside and try to kill them. The cops pull up and go, "What's up, bro?" He doesn't answer. What's going on? What are you doing, man? He doesn't answer. They cruise along, and then he goes, let me duck out. And he goes to the fourth location where he shot and killed the man and his wife. And that is kind of wild. So they were like so close, and nobody pushed it further when they should have. And then when they showed up at the fourth house, he's in the front yard, and they see him, and they see the fake cop car, and they put two and two together. But they just sit there as he goes into the house and starts shooting and killing people. Very strange, but he could face the death penalty in Minnesota. What do you think? Does he deserve it? Let us know. All right, I got a bunch of stuff lined up for you, and we'll have a grab bag segment next here on the show and get through some of those clips. And we'll also work in more of your feedback that's been promised and not delivered on enough today. As always, it's happening. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center,
Hey, everybody. One of the big pieces of news today was Austin Metcalf, who you may remember. Austin Metcalf was the track and field athlete who was stabbed and killed by, I think his name was Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, who stabbed him. He was like, he was trying me. He was telling me to move. He was telling me to leave, and he put his hand on me. You don't put your hand on me, I'll stab you. I'm defending myself. And so that turned into this whole case against him. He got a lot of crowdfunding from some absolutely unhinged racists who have no real reason to support him, in my estimation. But they said that there is new video of this interaction, of the track stabbing. The school district, they said, has released this video, so we'll talk about this video next. See what we learn. David Scott says, touch me and find out. F around and find out is sort of the whole thing. Have listeners just completely given up on dispatches? No, there's dispatches coming in today. Bunch of them. Got a bunch of them. But we'd love to hear from you, CJ. Come on. All right. Is it the same video where you can't see anything? You don't see a whole lot, Chaos. You don't see a whole lot in this video. But I think it might be the best they got. It's from across the event. It's like some security camera from like far away. And you can see where the tent is and some other stuff. Are you going to show the video? Buddy, if I showed the video, it would freak precisely 0 of you out. It doesn't show it. A lot of 95%ers. True. True. There are some that are just falling short today. Can I activate the on-screen, like the balloons and stuff on this camera? Is it doing it? Tell me if I get balloons. Did I get them? No, no balloons. Or if I did thumbs down? I don't think it works on this computer. Surprised it took this long for even one video to surface. In one way, it's like, hey, finally, a giant gathering of kids didn't all have their cameras out and weren't filming everything. On the other hand, evidence. 3 minutes. What else do we got? You guys hear Kanye is in rehab? Kanye comeback underway. Kanye is in rehab right now. Could he put the pieces back together Can he close Pandora's Sieg Heil box? Can he close Pandora's anti-Semitic box and fix things? Yeah, that's true. Kanye West headed to, or is in some sort of rehab. Obviously, he needs some help. His HH song slaps. I'm telling you, the remix when he said, "Forget it, I'm not anti-Semitic anymore." Now it's like Hallelujah or something, and he tried to make that song into a religious song. It was a catchy song. Dan says maybe after 10 years of therapy. Yeah. Glenn says in rehab for what? Being an idiot? Glenn, have you ever met a mentally ill, manic person? You ever met a bipolar person? You ever met somebody with a personality disorder? Like a real personality disorder? Not like a TikTok one? You ever dated a girl, Glenn, with borderline personality disorder? Probably not. And good for you if you haven't, because you shouldn't. Every day in the mirror? Just in this chat? Yes, I've met TNJ fans? True. Yeah, I don't know if Kanye can make that comeback happen. That might be too big of an ask. All right, coming back. Let's go.
Find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
OpenAI is a financial abomination, a thing that should not be, an aberration, a symbol of rot at the heart of Silicon Valley. And I'm going to tell you why on my show Better Offline, the rudest show in the tech industry, where we're breaking down why OpenAI, along with other AI companies, are dead set on lying to your boss that they can take your job. I'm also going to be talking with the greatest minds in the industry about all the other ways the rich and powerful are ruining the computer. Listen to Better Offline on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Better Offline and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reeswindows.com.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
Anytime with the dispatch, and you can also subscribe to the show. The podcast is absolutely free, and you can listen on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Get the links for the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. Seems like strange timing, but all of a sudden they've said, hey, we're releasing some footage of that track and field stabbing that was such a big deal.
Oh.
And it was the stabbing of high school student Austin Metcalf at a Texas track and field event by, I think the guy's name was Carmelo Anthony, because he had the same name as a basketball player.
Correct.
And just now they have released this footage. I heard the footage is not fantastic, but there is some new video.
Emotionally or great?
No, it's really far away from the stories that I've seen about this. I want to see if we can actually
might be like a
find
things
it.
for nothing kind of deal.
Yeah, I don't even know if they've actually officially released it, but see if you guys can find this Austin Metcalf video. I just see all the stories saying the school district released the video, and then some people are saying, I watched the video, but I haven't actually seen it. Hold on, this is
somebody who did watch it. All right, this is the local TV station. Frisco ISD allowed Jobin Paniker of WFAA to view the surveillance video.
Our public information request with Frisco ISD was met on Monday. We could only watch the before and after of an April 2nd alleged stabbing at a school track meet that led to the death of one student and the arrest of another.
All right.
So they haven't released this footage. They've let people come in to watch it.
Which is
that
weird.
how that works?
I don't know. It's because what's weird is it says the Frisco Independent School District says it has video from the April 2nd incident, but has not been releasing the footage publicly. They said releasing the video to the public would violate student privacy and school security, and they only watched
Violate school security, lack thereof during actual stabbing.
They only gave this to a couple of people who filed Freedom of Information Act requests.
Allowed us to watch it. The video is available for limited viewing only, citing student privacy and school security. There is no audio.
No audio. Okay.
Try to picture this. We're
Look
on
at
the
all the
fourth
B-roll.
floor. We walk into a room and there's a TV with a shot showing half of Kirkendall Stadium. It's a wide shot from the opposite side. And everything that happens in one very small fraction of the screen in the upper left-hand corner.
Oh, God. So it's like a little blurry mess from a ways
all
away.
they have.
That's all they've talked about so far. And that's all that this person has
We
seen.
couldn't zoom in. It's blurry, pixelated. You cannot identify or see victim Austin Metcalf or suspect Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, well, this will be a very useful video.
Fantastic. Thank you. All
Also,
right.
I gotta be honest, that guy sounds AI AF.
You might have been, but he says he saw the video and he says that there wasn't much on it there. So that doesn't really change much in the story, but we'll see. Oh, more of Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz yelling at each other? Let me see. Maybe this is good, maybe not. Let's listen.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Those who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of it, says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the...
I love this Tucker. Where is that?
And then Ted will go, well, do you know where it is? And he'll immediately say it after.
I know he's not being genuine. When Tucker Carlson goes, where is that? I know he's trying to call him out like he did with the other fact earlier.
The scripture off the tip of my... You pull out the phone and use the...
It's in Genesis. So you're quoting
Oh my God, he did
Bible
do it.
phrase. You don't have context for it. You don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology? I'm confused. What does that even mean?
Tucker.
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Chuck?
Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two...
Hold on.
I'm not
holding on.
Here we go.
I refuse to hold on, okay?
Oh, this spot where you froze Tucker is great.
You're a senator.
Or he's
You're
squeezing out
senator.
a fart.
Senator, and now you're throwing out theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
We are commanded to support Israel. And
What does that mean, Israel?
We're told those who bless Israel will be blessed.
But what? Hold on. Define Israel. This is important. Are you kidding? This majority Christian country.
Define Israel? Do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So this is dumb
but
from
the Bible
Ted
is
Cruz
not
side.
saying...
The Bible can't possibly reference a country that wasn't even in existence until the 1940s in the modern world. So
if
Ted
that's
Cruz's
his
whole point
excuse is wild.
that doesn't make any sense. What he's saying.
That's what Genesis. That's what God is talking about.
The nation of Israel, yes.
And so is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel.
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yet nations exist, and he's discussing a nation. A nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation
They're the
God is
descendants of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis? Is that the same as the country?
All right, you guys, they're just
This
gonna
is
yell.
exhausting. Did
They don't
someone
like
edit this
each other.
down, or they released the raw 3 hours of grown men
No,
fighting?
this is just one of the clips. One of the clips of it. I've seen a couple of people posting these. And
You
yeah, in
want the
between
full thing, you got to
round
go to
posts.
Tucker's channel, right?
You bet your ass.
Yeah.
Do you get a code with every Tucker tuck-in tobacco you get?
Maybe you might. He's zinning it up still.
No, I thought
did
he had his
see-
own.
He does. Oh, well, at least he talked about it. I don't know if they ever launched that.
I thought he was trying to because Zen was woke or something.
Yeah, you don't want that. You got to get rid of that.
Zen.
And so on TikTok,
Facebook,
yeah,
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
He didn't say TikTok because it didn't exist when that clip came out. When this guy was going viral because his family members were fighting each other and he was filming it for social media.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
That guy. The new TikTok trend, which is kind of enjoyable if you guys haven't seen this, is you have a wife or girlfriend step in front of the camera and they aggressively introduce their meek boyfriends. Because these are guys who are like, they're like
I have loved this. I've also seen
ones.
it with their meek sons.
Like the woman pops
the
on
in the background, right?
The one I saw, the woman pops on. She goes, "This is my husband, Daryl. You better listen to him. You listen to what he has to say." And then Daryl was like this meek man, and he's
talking about the butterflies.
His plant. He had the one I saw. He had a plant. And he's like, "This is my sorum gatus dolico."
And the ladies in the back like this, like
she's like, "You shut up and you listen to him talk about his plant."
And now you clap.
It's boring, I know, but I have to listen to this all the time. And there's been a bunch of these videos that I've seen across the board.
I saw, finally, I had never heard of it when Amy Kaufelt mentioned it the other day, but the men saying goodnight to other men. I saw Chris Kirkpatrick post one where he calls Johnny Damon out of nowhere. It's like, hey, just want to say sweet dreams. You in bed already? And it's really like...
Does he curse or can I play it?
I think you could play it, yeah.
Okay, here's Chris Kirkpatrick.
Johnny Damon, the baseball player?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're friends.
We're friends on Instagram.
All right.
He listens to the show.
Did I call you accidentally?
No, I called you. I just wanted to wish you a good night.
Okay, thank you.
I hope you have pleasant dreams tonight.
Hey, what's going on with you, bub?
Are you already in bed?
We're in North Carolina.
I just wanted to call and wish you guys a good night and hope you have sweet dreams.
What's going on, dude?
Nothing. Just wanted.
What's
just
going
hope
on,
you're having
dude?
a good night.
Wait, what?
You all right, man?
There's a lot of these where people are calling their hyper masculine fathers. What the hell you doing? You're calling me to tell me good night and have sweet dreams?
I would try that on you guys, but Sean would not pick up the phone.
No, I generally don't pick up the phone. If you call me, I would pick up the phone.
But you would think it's an emergency.
Yes, I would.
Which is probably what Johnny Damon's thinking right now.
That's what everybody tends to think because guys don't call each other. People in general don't call each other anymore. People don't call each other on the phone that much anymore.
I've been getting a little bit closer to calling, but just for the sake of getting the word out,
What word? What word about
just
what?
like instead of typing the whole thing, it's like, can I just call you real quick? It'll take 2 minutes instead of me typing it all out to you.
Oh, no, that I get. Yeah, you're saying sometimes text messages take too long and you can get all the stuff out in the back and forth that lasts about 45 seconds. I agree. That is the case sometimes. Every once in a while I'll do that. Like if something's broken in the studio, I'll be like, "Oh, it's done." And instead of saying, "Hey," like some crazy tech spiel, I'll go, "Do you have a second?" And I'll get on the phone and talk to him. But I think a lot of guys don't talk
Why
to
don't
each
you just
other.
look under the stairs where you have him sleep all the time?
He doesn't stay here. No, he does not stay here. But
I might have to at this point.
He didn't move out. He never was. He was not here before. He just comes by and he fixes things. He makes things better. Usually. Sometimes he makes things worse.
I think he does a great job, and he's been a wonderful support for literally 12 years almost.
He sent me something again on Amazon the other day. It was really dumb.
I appreciate all the things. I still use the boob incense holder that he gifted me.
Wait, I got some magnets for you then. I got some
boob magnets?
Giant magnets that he just decided to send over. I don't have them in the studio.
Oh, I have to, oh my God, it's stuck in my house now. I have to show you all the little trinkets I got from Bonnaroo. With the one
you got trinkets? I was going to say you're only there for one day.
I also have quite a story as far as a theft that happened, but with a quick turnaround thanks to my eyes and persistence.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes, let's talk about this. What was stolen?
Okay, you want to hear about it? Real quick.
Yes.
So I bought a brand new chair. It was a beautiful camping chair.
Don't screw up the story.
I'm not going to screw up the story. But I was really, excited about it. It was $90.
Okay.
And it's a rocking chair, but one of your foldables. And we had everything set up. And the day that everything got canceled, it was very clear that everyone was like, okay, I guess we're going to do all our drugs and alcohol now, because it was a muddy S show everywhere you went. So right in front of our camper, we kind of just parked the chairs. 2 of them, very crappy chairs. My beautiful brand new $90 chair. Next morning, go to leave, chair's gone. Stolen. Somebody went into our camp and took it, and I was upset. So I kept making kind of some rounds, seeing if I could see it, because it has a bright pink color to it.
So you are now on the case.
I'm on the case, kind of. I'm like, I also realized
Sabrina on the job.
There are thousands upon thousands of people there. Some asshole took it, and it is way gone.
But you're already down a pair of Ray-Ban video glasses, so I
got the new ones.
You want to make sure that you're not spending even more money. So what happens? You find it?
So we are about to leave, and I give one more round, and I look to my neighbor. Who had put that in their truck bed. And so I go, and they're in a tent, and I knock a little bit.
Do you know these people? Do you know?
I mean, the guy who actually had the RV there was very kind and gave us food upon his own doing, but the person that he invited with thief hands was in the tent, and I said, hey gal, I'm not going to make it weird, but that's my chair in the truck bed, so I'm going to get it. And she goes, we were wondering whose that was. And I go, oh, were you wondering whose it was?
In the back of your own truck?
When you went into the camp and skipped the 2 crusty chairs and stole mine? All right, yeah, no problem. Got the chair back. Boom,
Did you
baby.
swing on her? Did you swing?
I didn't swing. This is what happened.
Did you swing with her?
Classic. Nope. Classic Sab. At the moment of confrontation, I was real chill about it. Once I got in the RV, I was like, this bitch, who does she think she is? I can say something right now. Stop me.
That's not just you. That's 97% of humanity.
All the things I wish I would have said at that moment, but I was pretty chill about it and very grateful that I found it versus it was gone.
I have an idea for a television show.
The balls.
My idea for a television show is this. Like, let's say everything that Sabrina just said took place, but it was part of a punked kind of thing where we had that set up. Like, Caitlyn and I had cameras and everything, and we had the person next to her put her chair in the back of their car, and this whole confrontation happened.
Blatantly stole it right next.
On this television show, I want to compare the real showdown with the person's description of the showdown afterwards. Because it's always like, I told that bitch, I says, and everything is like, I told them. I gave them the what for, and I was swinging, and they were crying, and then you watch the actual back and forth. It's like, excuse me, is that my chair?
Yeah. Let's not make it weird, though.
Yes, that is my chair.
Because you just made it weird by stealing. But
Jason says, come on, Sabby, you have to swing. She's not a puncher. She's not going to punch anybody.
I think it means you're kind of swinging. And I'm all right.
Maybe that kind too. Could be.
Single days are over, my friends.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship. I told you this almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I just thought you were going in another direction. We're going to take a quick break.
Please.
When we come back, we will do the final dispatches. We'll do L stories that did not make the cut.
Okay.
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. All of that, my friend, is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Today's going to be much like yesterday. Overall dry, but really hot. Our high today, 95 degrees. It's going to feel like about 105, so of course take it.
Let's go, Mike. That's a wrap for a Wednesday. That's a wrap. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for hanging out. Final segment coming up. Now I need your nominations for Chatter of the Day. And I'm going to go get Today I Learned. Hey. What you got? What's that? Oh. What are you just carrying it around for? Why are you being weird about it? I'm not being weird. You're the one that's weird. Seems a little weird if I'm honest. What a weirdo. Sean Patrick says, good show today. Everybody rate the show. Rate the show out of 10. Rate today's show out of 10. What's your score? 6.9, 9. The balloons made the show, 8.8. 3.7. I'm taking that as a rating, Kevin. Don't rate on the same scale that you did me sitting up in my health test. Don't do that. 9.7. 4.5. All right, 4.5 is not terrible. I mean, it is terrible, but you know. 7.3 says Glenn. Hey, Glenn, how are you? Do we know Glenn, everybody? Have we heard from Glenn before? Hi, Glenn. 9.4567697. Screwed that up. The news junkie helped me tune out my mother during the drive home from the beach. 3 minutes. Our chatter of the day, Glenn on YouTube. Congratulations, Glenn. The Glenster did it. The great Glenn Areno. People said he couldn't do it, but he did it. Glenn Ferratu. Glenn Arena Ding Dong. The Glenster. Gleewee Herman. Glenn Dover, says Bootsy. Glenn Danzig. Way to go, Glenn. GG Glenn. They said it couldn't be done. What the hell's a Glenn? Holla. Yeah, Glenn, have some fake balloons. I can't do the balloons here. I can only do the balloons on my main shot because this right here is technically taking place on a different computer in the system. Now that your chatter of the day sent in a dispatch with your acceptance speech, gonna have to be fast, Glenn. Glenn Marinky Dinky Dink. Glendola. The Glenmeister. Glenna Rooney. Karen Reed verdict? Is it happening now? Hang on. Tell me it's true.
Is so expensive and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to billshappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
Billshappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Billshappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to billshappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
iHeartRadio just gave driving an upgrade with presets, now on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your go-to stations, podcasts, and playlists, all just a tap away on your dash. Start your engine, hit play, and drive happy. Free with iHeartRadio on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. you're in good hands with Allstate.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate your attendance as always, even if you just gave us a couple of minutes. Somebody said there was a Karen Reed verdict coming in.
Ooh.
And then people were saying, like,
we don't get it.
It'll be 10 to 20 minutes. But then now I heard it was a false alarm. Turn on the damn stream, people. It's time. The verdict is in. Let's see if that's true. I haven't seen anybody actually talking about this.
Nothing?
But, no. I've only seen people saying on Twitter that there is a verdict coming in. Let's go here. Jurors still deliberating after false alarm verdict. Don't worry. We have an excellent shot here of the deliberations from Law and Crime.
So
real fan
like
of the trial.
Deliberating still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it. It says false alarm verdict.
Is this a televised trial? Like, is this just coming from the pool?
Yeah, this is the pool feed right now. It is literally a fan, ladies and gentlemen. The verdict clock ticks on. 20 hours in. I can't
stop watching it. There's comfort.
Enthralling. It's just.
I just wonder how long I can watch it for.
69,000 people watching a fan, ladies and gentlemen.
What are we doing wrong?
Well, how is the
what
fan
are our numbers
beating us
right now?
We get many fans. We
I
get
will
5,
bring
6,
a fan
7
in
fans
tomorrow. We each get a fan behind us.
That's what we need. If we had fans in the shots, we would be 10x where we're at right now.
Imagine Skull Mike people are like, "Hey, can we just get the fan, please?
The
we
fan
don't need
is big.
the walk around rants anymore."
I think it's because there was the false alarm. Everybody tried to tune in to watch.
That's what they're focused on?
That's it.
They
That's
can't
what
do
they
the
got.
full courtroom? Or?
There's nothing to show right now.
Yeah, they put it on the fan in the courtroom, and then they blab and blab.
Bears on a, riverbank trying to scoop up salmon.
Hot bear summer, but they're not going to, at least not for now. All right, friends, it's time to do it. Let me get everything ready to go, and we will get geared up to get the hell out of here. Let's do the final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Yeah, sure. Sure, you could go elsewhere and there might be a fan, but here we'll have the final dispatches, and let's see which one we got for you. Here's Nurse Cat with a dispatch. Hello?
Hello, Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane.
Hey.
I haven't dispatched in a long time. I just have a question. People always say out of an abundance of caution, they did something.
Mm-hmm.
So what does a scant amount of caution look like? I'm just curious.
Everything I do is scant amount, yeah. Everything
I love
else.
to scant. Scant all over the face.
People do say a lot of that, though, yeah. Here's Bald Death Dealer. Scant all over the face.
Hey, name's Junkie. I remember years ago talking about one of my favorite cartoons growing up with one of my friends, King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. And the intro song, how it sounds like early power metal. And my one friend who likes to ruin songs for me pointed out that the intro to King Arthur and Knights of Justice vaguely sounds like Bananarama's Cruel Summer. So, yeah.
Bananarama, first of all. And what did he say? What was the name of the show?
King Arthur.
He pointed out
Knights
that
of Justice?
the intro to King Arthur and Knights of Justice.
King Arthur and Knights of Justice. We're doing it. We're going to beat the fan. We're going to beat the fan.
Beat the fan.
King Arthur and Knights of Justice theme song.
And I'll get Cruel Summer.
And here it is. All right. This is going to be a banger. I know. Yeah.
And then, from the field of the future, a new king will come to save the world of the past.
Okay, get into it here. Yeah. Cruel Summer.
I mean, that theme song's pretty lit.
Yeah, I could get with it. I understand
All right.
what's going on. It's pretty similar, actually.
All right.
There's a lot of similarities there. But
Dan, Jeff, if you're listening, I've got an idea.
great time. So. I'm sure it'll be a great show. I believe in you. Let's get the hell out of here, friends. It's time to leave all the stories behind. Even though we could have done the stories that didn't make the cut, they're all just going to sit right here. And we're going to move on. We're going to move on like we need to. So let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
All right.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, June 17th, 2025. We're actually going to get through a few more today than we normally do.
Say what?
Today I Learned this guy right here. DMX. DMX is correct. DMX, I would also have accepted the answer of barking noises. That would have been fine, too. Just, that would have worked, too. When DMX was facing 5 years in prison for tax evasion, his lawyer played the song Slippin' for the judge to illustrate how far he had come since his horrific childhood in the hope for leniency. Indeed, the judge was affected by the circumstances of DMX's upbringing and sentenced him to just 1 year.
Just one.
He was facing a long time. He was facing
just for
a
playing
long time on bar.
slipping, falling.
Yeah, falling.
Can't get up.
I got to get up. In the back on my feet.
Didn't play the other song in which he said he was going to stab somebody.
No, that was not helpful. No. Love my ends, but where my bitches was not helpful. Any of the other songs, just not really a big hit for DMX with the judge. But Slippin', yes, sweet song. Today I learned, although intensely private, Joe DiMaggio allowed a children's hospital to use his name and image on condition that they would never turn away a child because of inability to pay. The deal was struck with a promise and a handshake, and all these years later, Joe DiMaggio's children's hospital is still around. I think it's just one, unfortunately.
Oh, that's Hollywood.
Is it?
Right by Anna Nicole Smith, where she died.
I see JDCH, Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital, but it does not say where it is. I'll take your word for it.
Thank you.
Today I learned so many Chinese women get plastic surgery.
Sean's rant.
In South Korea. Let me tell you what I think about these China women. They get plastic surgery in South Korea that China now warns them to get a doctor's note since their appearance when they go back to China no longer matches their passport.
Oh, man, I didn't even think of that if you went for some plastic surgery tourism.
Yeah, you get the eye stuff done maybe. I don't know. Whatever they're into.
I have the eyes.
Today I learned
South Korea.
This song right here.
Oh, Escape.
Pina Colada.
Yeah, the Pina Colada song, a.k.a. Escape. The lyrics to Escape originally were, if you like Humphrey Bogart. But writer Rupert Holmes felt he made too many movie references, so he settled on, if you like Pina Coladas, because it's better. It fit the music. He felt like a drink you would have on vacation, and here it is. Sip it up, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time.